Hello, everybody. How is it going? Let's jump this over here. And we'll jump into the chat just in case anybody cares to join us. Boop, there we go. Ooh, Jonty's online already. That's fantastic. Let's see what's going on here. That was instant. Got to assume. There he is, Hefe. How you doing, buddy? Don't hit another redemption just yet. I need to edit some stuff. I know you are, bud. I know you are. Just be patient with me for a second. I wanted to get on here as fast as possible, but I do need to change something. All right. Channel points. We're going to get rid of... Where is it? I don't even see it. Is it at the very bottom? There. Shots. Boom. Just for tonight, bud, I'm just not feeling all that well, so I don't want to compound that by getting drunk or anything stupid. Hey, Holmes is here too. How you doing, bud? I'm a simple man. I see Dan. I stopped listening to my podcast and turn on Twitch. That's awesome, bud. I haven't been feeling super great today, to be perfectly honest. If it wasn't for,
emotional, damn it.
I don't, hey, Wig. I don't usually stream on a Saturday night, but this is the only time it was really available for me to hang out with my brother and do this top 5. And honestly, I don't feel super, but I didn't want to let anybody down, and like I really am looking forward to doing this list with him, so it is what it is. Oh, we can take that out. We can take out this room, so that helps. We are losing by a significant margin, but we got to get our attacks in. I do apologize. It's freaking hot. Holy cow. I do apologize. I am going to be doing... Hey, Nemesis. Welcome to the stream. I'm going to be trying to do these attacks relatively quickly, just because I've only got 25 minutes and I need to get 10 attacks in, or at least as many as I can possibly get. So, get rid of you because I can't see chat. There we go. Have you been streaming? Are you going to be streaming? What's your night looking like, Nemesis? Where is War Dogs? They should be able to handle this. Maybe not. That's still a pretty big team. Wow, he's going to die in a second. That's just in there. No stream for you tonight? Okay, you hanging out for a little bit then? Leroy should only cost 1. If I did, I'd have to put like a serious time limit on it. Like it only costs 1, but then, you know, you have to wait 8 minutes or something, because knowing you just spam that button. Really soon, Ambassador Al is probably going to stop streaming during the hours that I'm available to watch consistently, and I will most likely switch my Prime subscription to your channel. Hey, I appreciate that. I'm only letting you know because I appreciate your content. I am loyal, though, so if he somehow makes it work with his new job, then, you know. Oh, so he got a new job? Because he was not working for a little while there. He was just going straight off streaming, which is kind of cool. I probably should have paid more attention to what was going on, but oh well. Doesn't look like I needed to. Grand Blue Fantasy. I don't know what that is. Is it any good? He starts in a couple weeks? Okay. No time limits. Well, then you have to pay $300 for it, bud. 300. Wow. $300. What? Stop saying that. 300 points. Now, it is worth mentioning, I don't expect anything from anybody, but just for the sake of it being out there, anything we make tonight, whether it be from ad revenue, bits, cheers, subs, whatever, I'm going to put that towards getting my brother a better camera. Once you see him come online, you'll see his camera's not great. His voice is okay. His sound is okay, but his camera's kind of meh. So, there's that. Now, that being said, you don't feel you have to do anything. I don't mean it like that. It's just, that's the plan. All right, so he's taking out that room. Me and my alliance mates were able to beat Incursion 2 yesterday. Nice. We just got rewards for 40 minutes ago. Weeg, you're redeeming all the things, but I don't see you saying anything, bud. How you doing tonight? All right. Cheer? Uh-oh. That's the wrong one. I needed the other one open, don't I? Did you do... I'm nervous you figured something out. You got a surprise. Uh-oh. What are you thinking? All right, let's put that over here. No, that's too big. Make that bigger. Perfect. Okay. Wait and see. Uh-oh. Also, we're up to 1,200 with 18 minutes to go in war. Nice. I think we can close that down. Okay, I gotta get in here. Okay. Well, these are all stupid. We just got to get our attacks in, so we're just going for it. I know it's kind of silly, but what are we waiting for, bud? I'm just playing with the fun stuff. That's fair. We just appreciate that you're here. Believe in Mark Twain's quote, "It is better to keep your mouth shut, closed, and let people think you are a fool than to open it and remove all doubt." I have quoted that many times. I didn't know it was Mark Twain. The Mortal Kombat reference should be a stream point. Should be like $50 or something. Something cheap. Clearly not bucks. You know what I mean. Can we get rid of the immunity on him? We cannot. Oh, because he's a safeguard, because I'm an idiot. As I said, I'm not feeling all that great tonight, guys. I apologize if I, do something incredibly stupid like that. Alright, we can Daze Weaver, which is good. Can we get rid of her really quickly? Yeah, we can. Alright, cool. So that makes the rest of this fight much easier. In fact, let's just auto it. Because why not? Hey, did you guys just... How did you guys do that? Here, I can just do it for you, bud. I mean, you're on ads now. Never mind. Boop. I've never thought of that. I like the idea. As I said, I'm not feeling my best. I don't really want to do any, I'm straight up not going to do any lemon shots or anything really crazy or stupid. Maybe you can convince me to do an actual whiskey shot later. We'll see. But I turned off the redemption for it because I don't really want to get less good than I am. All right. What is going on here? That's just the announcement. That's the one I made. All right, let my brother know that we are live. Let's see, let's get in there. Lower that. We watch you enough, we will let you have credit for the shots on a later stream when you're feeling better. That's fair. Earn it for later, that's fair. I will attempt to stop clearing my throat directly into the microphone, just for you guys. How's the new alliance going, Hefe? Living up to the dreams? Everything your friend said it would be? Will that... No, the safeguard won't matter. With the safeguard, it won't matter, is what I mean. Alright. Said I wouldn't, look at her, did it. There we go. Ability block Wong, just so he doesn't get annoying. We got our Super Skrull yesterday. He's not quite up to max level yet, but he's getting there. We're pretty happy about that. I guess technically we can start doing round 2 now, so that's fun. No, I get it. I never took it personally. Can we just get rid of you? Not quite. I would love... There she goes. Yeah, she comes back, but at least that's one down. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Does anybody have their top 5 rom-coms to be playing along with us? Any guesses what's going to make the list? Not particularly. Hefe just sent me a picture of his level 95 Ultimus maxed right out. Seems like a waste, bud. I mean, you do you, but seems like a waste. Notting hell? Kind of like that version better. Check. Oh, no, you didn't. 3 diamonds? That please tell me you didn't spend on that. Jeez, buddy. We are playing a different game. Holy cow. I don't have 3 diamonds on anybody, I don't think, let alone frickin' Ultimus. Does that... Please tell me that was a dumb pull. That's your pet tune? Fair enough. What are we even doing here? That's gonna be annoying. Hey, Beetlejuice, how's it going? We're just getting the last little bits of our war attack in. We were slacking all day. We're not feeling 100% today, so we're doing what we can. And in a little bit, my brother's going to join me online, and we're going to do our top 5 romantic comedy movies. We've done this before with Aaron Sorkin movies and with Christmas movies, and each time it's been pretty fun, so we'll try it again. Valentine's Day is just around the corner, so we'll give that a go. And then next Saturday, I'm having Cleaning Agent and Eros World, on the stream to do a movie trivia game show. We did one a couple of weeks ago with Run 7 and Duelim. It was a really good time, so I'm looking forward to that quite a bit. But yeah, that's kind of what we're up to currently. Does this stun? It does stun, but... What are you up to tonight, bud? You streaming at all? Just hanging out? Love it. Well, we'll be here for quite a while, so getting a little bit of Marvel Strike Force in, then we'll probably jump over to like just chatting or something and just kind of hang out. Oh shit. Oh well. So be it. We're really racing the clock on this one to get some attacks in, so we'll see what we can do. Ooh, what kind of comic books? What's one of your like current? I have gotten out of the the monthly game, but I still pick up an awful lot of trade paperbacks. I don't know if you can see it so well, but like here. This whole top rack here is all just trade paperbacks. Not the world's biggest collection, but you know. It's mine and I like it. All the way back to the 60s. Damn. Top 5 is as follows. This is your top 5 rom-coms? You sent me something else. Where was that? Huh. Must not. How much time we got left? Got 3,000 in the database and a few more boxes. Ooh, then it's off to eBay. Oh, you're getting rid of it all. Hey, Green Stucking. Welcome back to the show. How much time we got? 8 minutes. Can we get rid of these 2 rooms in 8 minutes? Let's find out. We're just going to throw everything we got at it. Yeah. Not all of it, but a good chunk. Fair enough. I sold most of my comic book collection. I sold most of my comic book collection like 15 years ago. I wish I'd kept... I had the first 50 Ultimate Spider-Man books all in like phenomenal condition. I really wish I'd kept those. I don't know if they're still worth as much as they were, but they were worth a decent penny back in the day. Oh, this seems exhausted too? Okay. Well, that's easy. Let's just go for it. A stream just started, bud, but it's going good so far. I mean, Hefe's here, so it can't be that good, but other than that... Sorry, guys, there's a bug in my throat that will not go away. I truly do apologize. What's in your must-keep pile? Like, what are you just like, nah, there's no way I'm getting rid of this? It's an El Jefe in my throat? Gross. That's not okay. Top 5 movies. El Jefe in love. She loves El Jefe. JonCooli loves El Jefe. El Jefe loves the world. The world loves El Jefe. That's an interesting list. What am I doing? Eating bugs? I mean, that would explain how Jefe got there. Oh, that sucks, Greenie. Mind if I call you Greenie? It's happening. I lost my collection. The roof leaked on the place I had them stored, and they all got ruined. That sucks. Okay, so somebody else is getting that one. We got 6 more minutes. Let's see. We got that bottom room. Let's see if we can clear out this room. Or at least do a number to it. Go for the big ones. Let's see. How big was it? Gotta go fast. For some reason, in my head, there would be war until 9 o'clock, so I thought I had another hour. All right. Is there any chance that we can just annihilate Red Hulk in one hit? Probably not. Want to try it anyways. Oh, now I definitely can't. Okay. Fair enough. You know what? I'm an idiot. In my brain, I was thinking Cosmic Crucible. They've got a lot more war buffs. Shit. All right, we'll see how this goes. Bring them back. Doing decent enough damage, but it needs to be more and it needs to be faster. Come on. Fuck it. Fuck. Okay. So much for that. Wow, she hasn't taken a turn in like a year. Absolutely the wrong call. At least they'll be exhausted and down a man. Got one little elbow sticking out over here. I had a Marvel tournament I was supposed to go to today. I didn't end up going to that. As I said, I'm just not quite feeling myself. But my team did incredibly well. Not like I didn't let anybody down. Like when I say my team, I just mean like the group of guys that I go with. Managing to take pretty much all of top 8 except for first, which sucks. But I mean, still not bad. Not bad, guys. Get out of that. 3 minutes. Ugh. Probably our last attack either way. Let's get in there. I'm sorry, Alliance. I should have got some attacks in earlier. I thought I had more time. We had some quesadillas for dinner, though. They're freaking delicious, but just took me a little bit longer to get down here than I'd originally planned on. Anybody else have any good plans for the weekend? Anything going on today? Man, they're all at full health still. Gross. Is this one that makes me attack? Oh, fuck it. Just jump in. Billy Block's gone instantly. Alright, so be it. Can we daze him? We cannot. Cool. Can we fucking murder him? We can. Good enough. Can we get one more attack in? Is there any chance? Or are we even close enough to even matter? It's a good chance we're just not even close enough to matter. So all of my comic books, movies, and video games after I divorced my first wife so I could buy a gym membership and put a down payment on a new car. I mean, priority-wise, that's awesome. Hobby-wise, that sucks. Did you get good money for it stuff at least? Make it feel like it was worthwhile? Alright, we're not getting through all this. Not if nobody else is helping. I'm not putting on anybody else. Like, it's our fault for not getting the attacks in until this late, but we need other people also attacking here. And it doesn't look like that's happening, so be it. So be it. Get what we can. So I wish you good luck, but wife got her claws in me this evening. Can't hang tonight. Ah, sorry to hear that, bud. Thank you for stopping by. We'll catch you next time, I'm sure. This should just be a massacre, but positioning still matters. Some things, yeah, some things, no, including in that was also like midnight release figurine, especially in the Halo franchise and whatnot. Oh, I got a couple of those. Like I've got the Halo 3 helmet of Master Chief. I've got the Halo, is it Reach? The like statue with like the 5 guys on it. Can't wait to see it recorded. Absolutely, but I'll let you know. Hopefully it'll be up by the end of the weekend, but we'll see. We're not quite 100% at the moment, so. Yeah, those are good models. They're still in the other room on the wall. My wife has pretty much said that I can have the basement, but she gets like the entire rest of the house. So like all of my stuff is relegated to the basement. Appreciate you, Foss. Thank you for the hydrate. Did we even make a comeback? Did we even put up a fight? Wars ended. Oh, did that count? I hope that counted. Probably doesn't matter. Realistically, it was just too little too late. War defeat. Oh, damn, by like a ton. Just cuz, Faust? Or, Hefe? Just cuz? That's fair. Raining gold. Alright, I gotta make an apology letter to my alliance at some point. That was unfortunate. How many attacks do we actually get in? Let's take a quick gander. If will it even still show us after the fact? It might not. All right. Last results. Participation. There we go. Oh, GWC got more attacks than I did. That's. Yeah, I get it. We lost. No need to rub it in, game. That's just rude. Fuck off. Scroll down, you piece of shit. Holy fuck. Really? Why? There we go. Nope. Doesn't want. No, fuck off. 8 attacks. All things considered, not that bad. Not great. Definitely not great, but not that bad. Nowhere near enough attacks. It will go to participate. Yeah, yeah. That sucks. Sorry, guys. Okay, is there anything else really to do at the moment? Raids, I guess? Yeah, we'll do some raids. Shy of push-ups, what do you guys want to see tonight? What are you guys looking forward to? What would be interesting to you? We got some time to kill until JonCooli makes it here. I've got the baby account loaded up. I've also got Pal World, which I've never played, despite the fact that I've owned it for like a week now.
Emotional, damn it!
Hefe's just amusing himself in the corner. That sounded dirty. All right. This is always the coin flip one. I guess what I should actually do is get the scene ready for when Jonathan gets here. Hey, we did it. Good enough. Moving on. Get into the tech room. Hey, Vral, how's it going? We just got finished with war. We got a little bit of time to kill, and then JonCooli's coming out, and we're gonna hang out and talk about our top 5 romantic comedies. Everything's okay. Not feeling the greatest, so we got some redemptions turned off because I just don't want to take any shots or anything stupid. But other than that, doing pretty well. Just kind of having a chill Saturday. We did get our Super Scroll yesterday, which was very exciting for us. I know that it's like 6 months later than everybody else got theirs, but it's whatever. I'll take it. Better late than never. There you go. I don't mind. Wood, yeah, I remembered you. I couldn't remember if you were there at that exact time, but I remembered that you were there, like during the day. I don't mind taking a shot here or there. I don't necessarily want to get like drunk ever on stream, you know, like to each their own. Thank you, Green. That doesn't feel like the right team. If we can, nope. Well, whatever. It'll work. It's just a sim. Ooh. Got kicked out. What is going on? Raid. Continue. There we go. What are people's thoughts on the out of time team and the fact that they are now required for whatever the next legendary is? It does take a long time, but to be perfectly honest, it takes a long time. That's a good point. We can go start going through the second time now. Start working on our big boy. They haven't, to the best of my knowledge, announced what the next legendary character is going to be, but we know that we do need the out of time team for it. Now, it's nice because 2 of them are reworks and one of them's like, you're 100% going to want it. Doesn't change the stance, you're not buying them. The team looks alright, so it makes it less sucky. I agree 100%. I like it when they require certain teams. Hope they keep doing it. I like it when they require certain teams. Fair enough. You like being told what to do, huh? Spoken like a true married man. I like it when they give us options. I don't mind it if they're like... Like, I understand from their perspective, it's better as a business to be like, no, you have to use these newer teams. But it is nice when you get a little bit more. You like people complaining about it. It is nice when you get a little bit more leeway. And I like the secret, the new Avenger, whatever Tiger's team is. I never remember that stupid team. I refuse to build that beyond a certain point. Like, I own them all, but like, we're talking about the out of time team and the fact that they're required for the next legendary and how that changes or makes people think about it. If you have to build a team, I'm glad that it's at least a team that feels like it's worth building. That being said, am I going to buy them? Probably not. I've only ever bought 2 characters, and one of them was because chat gave me the money. So, so I don't think it really changes my opinion too much in that regard. What the hell? Go away. But at least if, again, like I'm just repeating myself at this point, at least it's a team that I want to build and not forcing me to build something that's shit. The new color is actually pretty easy to read there, bud. Like it. I mean, I'm going to build them anyways, and they did... Fuck off, computer. I mean, I'm going to build them anyways, and they did commit to us giving us the shards much sooner, so it really does... So I don't feel as much pressure. I agree. I agree. And the fact that we're getting Void Knight in the next Battle Pass is awesome. I am totally on board with that. I think I said yesterday I got about 30-ish characters and we'll build some out. Nice. That's weird that they would be required to unlock Professor X. I thought surely they would do something with X-Men. Generally speaking, the legendary characters aren't unlocked with characters that make a whole lot of sense. Right? Like, isn't it like X-Force gives you Dr. Octopus, and like X-Factor gives you whatever, Infinity Man? No, the guy from The Watch. Why is there cats' butts all over my screen, Hefe? I get it. I get what you're saying, but I don't know. It's not like they're breaking and doing something different by doing this. It's pretty standard stuff for them. We got a couple of these. This is required for somebody we actually care about, right? Like this is... I feel like this is for one of the new people.
What? We just become best friends?
Oh, thank you so much for the follow, bud. Appreciate that. Elderly Limb. Ederly Limb. Actually, let's grab you. Alright, yeah, punch those. Nothing going on. Ooh, no, we're gonna be miles away before we get 7 stars on him. Click the 3 dots on the right side. Click your name. Yeah, you just, okay. Oh, no. None of that either. Okay. But, yeah, oh my god, all the misclicks today. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Let's get into... Holmes, you're hilarious. Let's see. I think I want Kang here more than anything. I mean, we got a bunch of people we could use here. We're gonna be able to get multiple rounds in, but this feels okay. The only time. We'll see. We'll see. I'm not entirely convinced I believe you. We need to level your Ultimus channel point. That's gonna require funding, buddy. Not the sticky, and I am low since he price gouges me for the Leroy. I mean, I would be totally on board if that's true, but... Cosmic was much easier, though. Okay. My second time on DD6, I just took my time for a leisurely month. Yeah. We're not in nearly as much of a race this time around. Sorry, 1 second. Let's daze you. Because you're going to ultimate faster. Get on going. I did see your prediction. I do like the idea of the game room. I have no really intelligent thing to say about it. Sounds interesting. I don't know where you heard that or if you just came up with it entirely on your own. What are the odds? Pretty bad. But he's nice and low. Ooh, so close. No. It almost certainly is. Why else would they have the Extreme X-Men practicing in the X-Men's practice room, and people have been asking for a practice mode for years? Yeah, the Envoys too. The Envoys even want it just to be able to make content in the Envoy server. Yeah, 100%. 100%. The problem is you've got envoys of all different levels. So like my test server account is all completely maxed out, which is like, okay, that's cool. Doesn't really help me all that much though, because most of my audience doesn't have these characters completely maxed out, right? But then for somebody like Dorky Dad, who is like a grandmaster, if I don't set my defenses up properly, then it kind of wastes his time because he's making these attacks that are so bone stupid for him that it's like, all right. So it's not really helping either one of us that much. So like a practice mode would be brilliant. Most of you have it maxed out. Just because you happen to have 2 maxed out accounts doesn't mean that, you know, my average audience member... Like, look at Holmes. He's here all the time. Are you 80 at the moment or 79 still? Yeah, 79. We cater to all size and age groups, bud. Or we try to, at least. That's not true. I pretty much ignore the really, really high-end people. Not that I want to, just that I'm not there, so I don't know how I could really, really help you out if I'm not even there yet. The X-Men, we're getting Phoenix, Jubilee, X-23. I can't remember if it's Bishop or Colossus. Who are the other 2? Colossus and Kitty? Okay. So a good chunk of the Axeman team, which I never really built up all that high, because by the time I got to that mutant node, like, Deathseed was right around the corner, so I'm just like, I'm just going to wait. Cool. Colossus, Kitty, X-23, Phoenix, and Jubilee are the 5 X-Men we're going to be getting. Is that? Oh, Captain Marvel. Go for it. I mean, it sure sounds like it, JB. You seem like you're highly engaged for the level you're at. Now, they did mention, Hefe, that this team is not necessarily going to be like a Sinister Six rework where they become amazing meta changers. They're going to get an update, but we don't know how good the update's going to be. So just like maybe hold off on taking them to 18 unless you really just got money burning a hole in your pocket. All right, I'm gonna do. Nice, that's awesome, Holmes. Okay, I'm gonna do a little bit of behind the scenes stuff. Just give me 1 second. Okay. All right. Sorry, guys. Just bear with me for 2 seconds. Yeah, okay. I got all that in front of me. Don't need that. Don't need that. We'll keep that open. Let's go for... There we go. Sorry, one sec. Okay, so try to figure out how to get the room going again. Customize. Oh. Okay, sending a link to JonCooli. He said he should be on in a little bit. He's just kind of going and getting some interesting facts, apparently, which seems a little bit last minute, but okay. So be it. And then let's go down here. We're going to duplicate that for one-on-one. Let's get rid of that and that. Let's rotate it. Oh, you guys can't really... I guess you can hear, but... All right. And then let's twist that. Can we turn the whole thing? Transform clockwise. Let's go counterclockwise. Nothing like a little sausage getting made, right, guys? All right, so we'll go to the face cam and we'll rotate that. That's not the right way. Transform. Rotate 180 degrees. There we go. Can we make that frame bigger? Not well. There we go. See upgrade systems, come to Marvel Strike Force. Looking forward to it though. It's another way to customize characters as long as it doesn't turn into swag. Oh yeah. I never actually played that game. I know some people have fallen off pretty hard, but I never actually tried it. Excuse me. Okay, can we... Let's see if we can zoom out, because I'm pretty zoomed in at the moment. Ooh, no, that's fine. There you go. That's a bit better. Oh, that's going to drive me a little insane that I'm not lined up. Yeah, we need to change that. Not being lined up with those lights is going to drive me crazy. So let's do that. No. Piss off. Wrong button. Fair enough. There we go. Let's go, JonCooli, the real Ooli. So nice to have fans. Now, the problem with this is because it's duplicated, that's probably going to mess everything else up, right? Like if I go back to Twitch, this is going to be an issue. Ooh, it doesn't. Love it. Okay, okay. Okay, so let's add in... Excuse me. What the heck is that? Logo. There we go. Now, is there a good way that we can put the list in the middle here? That would be fantastic. Is there like a decent app or something that we can use to write on the fly? The problem is, if I knew what his list was going to be ahead of time, this would make this so much easier because it'd make this ahead of time. But I kind of like not knowing what his list is, so there's that. Does the sound okay at the moment, by the way? Are we good? Okay. That's still not quite. There, that's a bit more where I want to be. Oh yeah, I hear you. Yeah, it's okay. I did wonder if it cut out a while ago, but I think it just wasn't close to your mic. Yeah, that's fair. Can you create a window with a notepad or something? I could. It would look kind of ugly, but I mean, it would serve the purpose. Excuse me. Okay, so let's try that. Let's go. What we could potentially do, let's add an image. Let's go with, where's that frame? Glow. Let's do that. Put that like here. It's not as big as I want it to be, but sure. And then we can throw in, where's display capture? Go with the main screen. Shrink that. Let's go to YouTube for a sec. Whoop. If we go to YouTube, we click on, I don't know, just any movie trailer, Dune. We have the movie trailer going. Turn the volume off because we don't want to get banned. Head back over here. Change that. Put it up in the corner. There we go. And then we can have whatever the movie is that's playing there, which works. Then if we were to create a window or something underneath it, at least it's not taking up all of that screen. Because then you can kind of see, we could do a trailer for whatever movie we're talking about. I don't hate that. Okay, so now what can we do for this little space here? Oh, chat. We can have chat on. That's an easy one. Let's go up to Twitch. Stream elements, side screen. Here we go, one-on-one. Oh, did it? Okay. So it's louder in Twitch screen, the screen where you can see gameplay, than it is here. Good to know. All right, we'll move the logo off to the side so it's not taking up as much real estate. And then chat. Bam! All right, so chat can participate, which is fun. We got the movie we can play up in the top corner. When Jonathan gets here, he can be over there. That looks all right. I don't hate that. What do you guys think? Does that look okay? We need to change. Yeah, it looks fine. Okay. Okay, so what are we using here? No, 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 no. That deleted the wrong thing. Okay, so now it should be literally the exact same sound. So it should sound okay. And it should have the Twitch alerts available again. So if somebody actually redeems a Twitch alert, you should be able to interrupt the show. Maybe I'll get rid of that. I don't know. But right here, right now, that's an option. And just for the sake of testing that, ooh, that's not what I want to do. We'll do this. Beauty. Well, all right, guys. Looks like we're in good shape. Okay, so while we're waiting for JonCooli, let's head back to Twitch. Head back to in-game. We can do another one of these, because why not? Just switch the team up a little bit. We got all the teams now. So we'll go with some Secret Defenders. Where's our Black Cat? There she is. Might as well. Oh, geez. I mean, I've heard tell that my wife is going to be joining with the kids on our end too, so I will do my best to keep the swearing to a minimum. And who knows, Jonathan's got like 98 kids, so there's a chance that some of them will be on too. Not on the show, but, you know, watching. All right. So now we just sit and wait, pretty much. We are in good shape. Hopefully he comes on before too long. I know he's got like 1,000 bedtimes he has to do. Wow, Gambit went down fast. Oh, dang, that was the wrong one. Jonathan has a lot of kids because he lives in Manitoba and there's literally nothing else to do. But sure, ladies man. Like, when you guys inevitably invade Canada, go to Manitoba first. You'll get bored and leave, and we'll have the rest of our country to do whatever we want with. It'll be fantastic. You guys will come and be like, what is all the hubbub about? We're out. That's right. I think there's a hubbub about Canada. Let me have my little delusions. Yeah, that'll just hit everybody. I have been on, I mean... It's a pretty small house, but you're welcome to it. I've been on an absolute rom-com kick recently. So we've been watching a ton of those movies. And like Hefe and I were kind of talking a little bit earlier, but like it kind of feels nice to just have some positivity for once. Like before this, I was watching a bunch of like murder mysteries and like The Last of Us and stuff like that. And it's kind of like, oh, nobody died in this one. It's kind of nice. Make JonCooli president. Well, not if my house is your headquarters, your president is very far away from headquarters, so that's not a great idea. You generally don't watch rom-coms. Fair enough. That's totally fair. I'm happy that you're just chilling and hanging out regardless. Should be a good time. Netflix has this new documentary that's made like a TV show, and it's called Pirate Wars or something like that, and it's phenomenal. Interesting. There's a new documentary that's made like a TV show. So is it scripted or is it a legit documentary? It has a new documentary, so I'm making it sound like it's a legit documentary. I haven't heard of that one. Sounds interesting. I'm not the biggest pirate fan, but I know Gangster KT is now leaving the game, and I don't know if he's getting 100% out of content creation, but he's not doing any more Marvel Strike Force stuff. I would love to see if I can get him on the show before he completely leaves the community. I'd love to do a top 5 like mob movies or organized crime movies with him. I think that could be a lot of fun. We've never actually done any collaborations. Documentary, but it's made like a TV show with great acting, and they tell the story through the acting with very minimal interjections. Interesting. I'm legitimately kind of curious about that. If anything, it will give me a list of films I can show the missus if I can find them in Russian. Oh, shit. Fair enough. Who? Yours. The documentary about pirates. But it's like, it sounds like it's a documentary about pirates, but it's like scripted and acted out. It's made like a TV show. That sounds kind of interesting to me. More so than just a regular documentary about pirates would be. Come on, Jonathan. Kids can put themselves to bed. Kid can put themselves to bed. All right. What's this, boss? So we're doing DD6. We're starting our second run. We're on node 1 of our second run of DD6. But soon I'll be joined by my brother, and we'll be doing our top 5 romantic comedy movies. We've done this list a couple of times. Well, not this list. But we've done a couple of top 5 movies in the past. It's usually a really good time. So once he gets on here, we'll jump out of the Marvel Strike Force tab area. We'll probably go to Just Chatting or something. And just kind of hang out for the night. Should be a pretty chill evening. If you listen to Hefe, he'd tell you that JonCooli is the better ghoulie. Don't believe his lies. I mean, who would you like to interact with? By far the better one. You never listen. He literally only records when he's with me. He does not have a channel or anything like that. You never listen. Oh, you never listen to Hefe, but he's right about this. Nasty. Just one of you fall down. I don't want to use my specials on you guys. I would like to save them. I guess we're just going for it. Knowing my brother, he might just like sign up online and not actually tell me that he's there. He'll just be sitting in a quiet room over there like, oh, what's happening? Somehow, even when you swap to television, it's a genre I know nothing about. RomComs? You know nothing about RomComs? What's holy moly? These guys are seriously just holding on. Can we please just die without using specials? Is that... I want to save them! I mean, there's no time limit, I guess, so be it, but like, come on. Oh, shit. Yeah, fair enough. Good job, Rob. I watched purely for the JonCooli experience. We appreciate that, Dingo. I put a diamond on Rolk this morning. He hasn't appeared since. I want to see them stats. Let's ask him. Go to the rejects. All right, I messaged him. We'll see if he gets back to us. Uh-oh. Ruh-roh. You should just do an IRL and have it be like all swear words. How many points you got that you can do that for? Okay, no, we need to... Screw it. You're going down. I wanted to do this right, but... C'est la vie. I'm shocked how well she's holding on. Worst case scenario, if we can make it to the next room and die, then we can at least come in with other characters for the next room. Just put that on auto for a second. Oh, jeez. Oh, well. Yeah, apparently. Apparently she's just going for it. Who knew? All right. I kind of want to just, like, pick 5 people, put this on auto, and then go to play on my baby account for a bit. I mean, he's not the highest, but he's going to take a ton of turns. Red Hulk's squishy. She can heal. Sure. What's up, Seven? Making fun of my choices? I get it. We're not really caring at the moment. We're just kind of jumping in. Do a full Sinister 16? Okay. Let's jump out and do it again. Wait, we used Green Goblin. Did we use Doc Ock? I don't... Yeah, I think we used Green Goblin and Doc Ock already. Be a fun one to try for later, though. Good luck with that, bud. I wish you all the best. Holmes is looking for somebody to give him 10,000 power cores so we can get to level 80. I like the gumption. Good job. Go with that hustle. All right, let's jump over here and see what's going on in this world. Have we even done our dailies yet? I'm kind of just wanting to get this account to the point where they can actually do Cosmic Crucible is really all I care about. I know they're super low. It's just... The early game is very rewarding in the sense that you unlock a ton of stuff in a very short amount of time, but it's also like... You're kind of just hitting auto a lot every day. Like, it doesn't feel as engaged. Now, granted, that's... In fairness, I'm not playing this on my phone. I'm only playing on the computer, and I don't really... I usually play the main account when I'm on the computer, so, like, maybe that's more on me than anything else. Like, I'm not engaging with it, so it's not engaging with me. No, it's not. I did like one of those sponsorships with the game a little while ago and got a bunch of like friends and family to go along with me. So I'm in an account with a bunch of those people. That being said, they are like lapping me now. They're all like getting to 50 and 60 and I'm still at 44. They're like, dude, keep up. I'm like, I'm sorry. It's hard. There's so much going on in the real game. What do we have left to do? Arena battles, resupply. We can do that. And then Blitz Champion orb opening. No, Dorky's flying through the early game. Like, he's going really quickly through it all. Which, you know, good for him. I'm just being lazy with it. I started the baby account, honestly, on Thanksgiving, simply because it was like, oh, they're going to give you Kang for free. And I was like, okay, if I'm going to start a baby account, getting a free Kang seems like the best way to do it. I gave up playing multiple accounts in January 2023, but up until then I ran 9 accounts? Why? Why do you hate yourself so much? No. I can't even imagine. Now, that being said, I would have made way more progress if I was playing with this on my phone, but still. Hated myself and I ran 4 alliances as well. Why? Absolutely brutal. You guys catch that little cleaning agent that popped up on the screen when you did that? I've got a bunch of these little things that are just like hidden behind trigger words. There's still at least one nobody's found. I imagine you don't sleep. I have time for other games now. Ugh. What are the games you playing? It's nearly 2 a.m. Ooh, we haven't even started yet. Sorry about that. Pretty sure Hefe's just given up on us. No JonCooli, no Hefe. Can't really blame him. Not a whole lot going on in game at the moment. They are billions. Interesting. I bought Pal World with the thought that I would play it on stream, and I haven't touched it yet. It's like, oh, cool. That was good money well spent. The problem is every time I get in front of the computer, I'm like, oh, I'll just play some Marvel Strike Force. I don't have that much to do, so I'll play Marvel Strike Force for like an hour, and then I'll switch over to Pal World. And then I just get talking to the audience, and all of a sudden it takes me 3.5 hours to do like 4 war battles, and it's like, oh, I guess it's noon now. I should probably get up and do something. Getting your top 6 list ready. First 3 are diehards. I've watched these 50 times each. More, the other 3 close to 20. Wow. I thought you were making fun of me for my Die Hard Christmas pick. But what you're saying is these are ones you absolutely love that you play a ton. This is some epic music for free. Kind of wish I was doing something worthy of the epic music. Defeated. So Jonathan, if anybody was here for it, when we did our Christmas list, we did our top 5, but Jonathan had like 40 honorable mentions. It just kept going. It was like, dude, what are you doing? So I made fun of him for that. And then this time around, I've got like 3 different top 5 lists. Like I've got my top 5 rom-coms. I've got my top 5 romantic comedy adjacent movies. And then I've got my like top 5 honorable mentions. So I'm like, okay, I guess they can't make fun of you now because I'm doing the same thing. I'm sure I'd be doing significantly better here if I actually cared. C'est la vie. No, I love the moves I picked. I'll DM you them so you can tell me if any made your list. I will tell you if they made my list when the list starts, Hefe. No advanced knowledge for you. I can tell you that I'm going to talk about 2 of them. That's all you get. Nice try. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. 2 of them are on some version of some of my lists. Let's say that. Oh, no, we're talking about all 6 of them. All right, well. You know, I'm almost nervous to say this. I'm pretty sure there is a function, if you scroll down, where for like, I don't know, 50 cents or $1 or something, you can have a robot read out your comment on the show. So, depending on how much you want to be a part of this show, buddy, there you go. You don't spend 10,000 on Leroy. Alright, well, we know what's getting banned. Not even Leroy, just you. Two minutes! Alright, he's almost here. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, if we do that, we'll give him a bunch more damage. Dingo, you're gonna be disappointed, man. I'm not feeling great today, so I took the alcohol off the table. So, I do apologize for that. I mean, my throat might appreciate it, to be honest. I should make something for that. I need sound effects for, like, IRL ban and... Well, actually, nobody's ever done the total ban, the total word ban. I think it's like 3 minutes. I can't. It can't be super long because like it's just dead air. I talked to Nix about it today, and she made fun of me all day. What makes it worse was house hunting with wife, and she joined her darn hard ass women. You never did send me the photos of the house you liked, or did you not like it as much as you were anticipating it? Appreciate you, Dingo. I think you would find that JonCooli on his own, I mean, maybe he'd fall into a rhythm, but like both times we've done the top 5 before, like the first couple of minutes, he's a little awkward and just like getting his feet under him. Pretty sure you've never seen a rom-com. I mean, I don't know you, maybe, but like that seems hard to believe. If you can make that work, Hefe, just ban me from the show. I can go to bed and my brother can take over. That would, you know, I'd be kind of on board with that. Not gonna lie. Not enough to be a fan of. Of course, I've seen episodes. We're not talking TV shows. We're talking movies, but... That's fair. That's fair, Varel. Yeah, the property was awesome, but there was significant wiring and plumbing issues, i.e. they did it yourself and not the right way. We found that out the hard way with our house. Every time we try and do like a little job, it's like, oh, they really messed this up from the very get-go. That's cool. Thanks, team. The funny thing is, I feel like we went through Node 1 with, like, no issues whatsoever the first time. It's interesting that it's taking so many tries now. Alright. I'll have this open just so if he does join... Oh, shoot, I need to tell him what the password is. Eh. There, that'll make it significantly easier for him to actually join us. You don't have the link, so it doesn't really matter, Hefe. We can do a sticky for you. Boop.
Make Sticky great again.
Stop it, Sticky. Get out of here. Go get your own stream. Sticky, go away. I need to get a better voice clip or a sound clip for that, or at very least, like Holmes was talking about, like extending it, making it longer and a little bit deeper, whatnot. Would make it better. But I'm happy with the video itself. Just scraping the bottom of the barrel at this point. There you go. There's, well, only 2, I guess. No link for you. Come back 1 year. Come on, Jonathan. Look, if I erase the middleman and just give you direct access to Jonathan, I'll never see you again. And I like you. I don't want you to go. Ironically, I have not seen Blended. Wow. I mean, I knew this wouldn't be the right team for this regardless, but still, like, that's kind of just embarrassing how quickly that died. Hey! Alright. Let's get out of this. Have you not seen Blended? I don't know. Never came up. 1 second. Let's jump over to... what are we doing? We're going to do this. We're going to do this. We're going to show guest number 1. Maybe. Huh. Okay. Why are you not? Hey, Jesse. How's it going? Give me 1 second. Let's grab you. One second, Jonathan, if you can hear me. All right, let's turn the music off for a second. Jonathan, talk for a sec. Nope, can't hear me. Okay, so let's go to guest. And let's rotate, transform. Oh, what's going on? Oh, it's locked, okay. All right. Ooh. Ooh, that is a lot. Jonathan, can you hear me at all? Give me literally anything if you can hear me. Sorry, guys. 1 second.
I also had myself on mute. I can hear you through Twitch, but I'm not hearing you through the Ninja. I also had myself on mute. I can hear you through Twitch, but I'm not hearing you through the Ninja.
Hey, can you hear me? Jonathan, can you hear me? Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you through Twitch, but I'm not getting you through my laptop.
Okay. You're going to want to mute Twitch.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not in here. Dur.
Where are we at?
Working on it.
Okay, I got that.
Oh, you heard me.
Yep.
Hey, okay, so that's good. Step 1. Nailed it.
Nailed it.
Is there any chance you can get a little further away from your camera, but not further away from your mic
Yeah,
for
yeah. I was moving up just when I called in. Is that better? Is that
where are you going to be?
well? You told me to move away from my camera.
Yeah, but are you good where you're at?
I'm perfect. I'm
Okay.
perfect. I'm as good as ever, which is really good.
Yeah, that's what people say about you.
Exactly.
All right. You are back to being very close to the camera. Is that... There you go. Can you see the screen? Can you see Twitch?
Yeah. I don't know if it's live, but I'm seeing the comments roll in. Is it on?
Yeah, that's good
There
enough.
we go.
As
Yeah,
long as you can
now
see
I
the
got
comments, that's pretty much okay.
it. I think I paused it when you told me to mute it.
Your camera that you're using is your laptop, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So I don't know that Landscape's going to help Holmes unless, I mean, Holmes actually works in, the industry. So he definitely knows more about cameras and stuff like that than I do. But I don't think you can turn a laptop camera on Landscape. We'll see. How are you doing? Is the sound okay for everybody out there? Can everybody hear okay?
My self view is showing me in landscape mode.
You're what? Wow. What? Somebody stomping around over there?
Are you getting that?
I was, yeah. All right, let's see if we can. Oh no, go away. Sorry, everybody. Just a minor hiccup. We'll get there.
We're there. So close.
So close. Can we? Yeah, somebody's definitely stomping around.
Yeah.
Oh, duh. That would be the easiest way to do it. Okay, so let's do that. Let's go ahead and add a an image. Boop. We'll go with top 5. Okay, we'll grab the... There, that works. Boop. Okay. And then we'll throw that there. There. Cool. Okay. So, all right. So what we're looking at here, I apologize for everybody for that. It took a second, but we got there. Let's see what chat is saying. Rotate your phone, Jonathan. He's not using a phone, unfortunately. So we know who got all the gene for the hair. You're not wrong. Will the real JonCooli please stand up? No, don't want to. Being lazy. Let's turn the music back on, but lower. Just because I don't like it to be deathly silent. JonCooli Show, tell him to rotate his camera 90 so you can fix it better. JonCooli for El President. Yes, JonCooli is perfect, but you could mute yourself. Lol. Rude. Go to Windows settings, display orientation, select landscape if not already selected. If it is, accept profile. Jonathan, are you hearing me at all? And are you seeing what this says? You are muted. I cannot hear you, despite the fact that you are trying to talk.
I was here. I was just reading all that, and I'm right there, and it does have landscape selected. And what I'm seeing is in landscape mode. You were adjusting my.
I think he's saying you want to be in profile mode though, so it'll go up and down.
Oh,
And then I can unrotate you, and it should be better.
okay. I can't see. But yeah, if you guys can make that work, then we're good. Take those up. Could that be a lift?
Yeah.
Close the door, please. Okay. Is that better?
That's a hard pass for me. Sorry, just switching things around a little bit. Let's go back to the main screen. Okay, that works. That's looking pretty good. Now I can actually look at the camera instead of over here the entire time like last time. It's saying on yours that you are in profile mode. So, okay, first off, this is 100% the reason why I said, like, anything we make tonight, I know that we're not planning on, I'm not expecting to make anything, but if we make anything, it is going towards buying Jonathan a better camera. So, Hefe, time to put your money where your mouth is. If you actually like JonCooli so much, you know, let's make it so we can actually see the guy. Because this is kind of rough. Okay, how are you doing, sir? It's good to have you back on the show. It's been
Good
since
to be back.
Christmas.
Am I done messing around with display?
Sadly, I think you look about as good as you're going to. Hefe says he's got 55 inches of JonCooli. We got a couple of us on the actual big screens right now, so
That's too much for any of us.
that is a lot of JonCooli.
And
How are you been?
Did my situation improve at all with changing my laptop? Because now I can't do anything.
You are in profile mode?
I moved it to portrait from landscape, and it
Portrait, sorry.
is not great. Did that change anything for anybody?
It didn't change literally anything on my end. Let me check this real quick.
Okay. I'm going to leave it this way then.
No, it looks like it is what it is.
Okay, then I'll leave it.
Jason Alexander already jumping down my throat about my Die Hard pick from Christmas.
Wait till he gets a load of our RomComs.
So I gotta say, I don't know about you, like you did like 40 honorable mentions back for Christmas time. Actually, I'm gonna, well, we'll get there.
I've kept it to reasonable-ish.
Yeah, sure
I've
you
got
have.
it back to reasonable-ish twice.
Okay. Hefe, careful guys, rom-coms are my jam. So what I'm going to do is I'll record like an intro separately, and then we can kind of just dive right in. You were talking about having like a definition for rom-com. I kind of have an idea of what I would think a rom-com would be, but then you had your own thoughts on the subject.
I didn't put anything on paper, but I thought we should give ourselves some disclaimers, some outs. So I feel like a rom-com, there has to be enough romance that it's not just a comedy.
Agreed.
That's one. Because pretty much every comedy ends up with a guy and a girl together at the end, right? So there's that.
Yeah.
What else?
So I was thinking you have to have at least 50% comedy, so it can't be too dramatic, but it can't be overly comedic either. And the central focus of the story has to be based around the romance of the two characters. That has to be the heart of the story. Now, off, well, the multiple characters. Fair enough. Based off of that, I have a list of my top 5 romantic comedies, my top 5 honorable mentions, and my top 5 romantic comedy adjacents, where it's like, I've seen these on other people's lists, but they don't fit my criteria, so I left them off.
Yeah.
So I've got 15. So
I would add to that criteria, I would say, I think both characters have to be a major character. Like this couple, this guy, this girl, whatever, have to both be major. You know, you can't have the girl in for 7 minutes of the total film.
I would agree with that.
Yeah. It'd be hard to make it a romance, I suppose, that way, but yeah.
Did you by any chance just hear that Leroy Jenkins go really loudly in your ears?
No.
Cool, because you didn't react to it whatsoever. Which is fine. If you can't hear it, you can't hear it. Just like Hefe is probably going to pepper me with annoying things, which should we turn those off just so we can actually have a conversation? Or should we keep the chat as involved as possible? Thank you so much for that. I'm just thinking when I record this and edit it, it's going to be really annoying if I'm in the middle of a sentence, just Leroy Jenkins halfway through. It's just be like, thanks, Hefe.
How
did he not hear my Leroy?
muted, so I think I'm hearing you. separately.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I don't have my sound effects going through the program that we're using to talk to each other, and he's not listening to Twitch because it'll give him a nasty echo.
Yeah.
Sorry to ruin your day, Hefe. Hefe just unsubscribes, gone. Now, I disagree with something you just said where it has to be at least primarily focused on, like, the female lead has to be at least like 50%, because there is some
I
on
didn't
my
say
list where...
50, but
Fair. But there are things
You
on my
know.
list where it is... what do you call it? Not a collaboration, but like an ensemble, like an ensemble cast or something like that. I would still consider that a
Right.
romantic comedy because it is comedic. The heart
like
of the story
that
is
New Year's
romance.
Day one a few years ago, whatever the frick that was. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So that being said, how comfortable are you with your top five? You happy with it? I don't think I have any diehard choices this time around, so that'll make Chad a little happier, I hope. And
I might.
fair enough. Depending on your definition of what a rom-com is, as I said, I was looking at a bunch of lists online, and there are a bunch of options for what they consider a rom-com. Where I'd be like,
Oh,
really?
yeah.
No, I don't think that's a romantic comedy at all. And even
I was seeing like Breakfast Club. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. Yeah. Great movie, not a rom-com.
yeah, I saw 16 Candles on one list, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
is it?
No.
Okay.
It is not.
Anyways, so with that said, how do we want to break this down? Last time we did our top 4, and then we did our honorable mentions, and then we did our top 5. Do you want to go do something
I
like
think
that again?
3 and 2 makes more sense.
3 and 2?
I don't know. I just thought of that.
Yeah, I understand. What does that mean?
We do 3, we break and do all the nonsense, and then we do the final 2.
Gotcha. Okay. Now I
As
have, as
opposed
I
to
said,
4 and 1.
I've got this broken up into my top 5, my 5 honorable mentions, and my 5 adjacent. Does your list kind of fit that narrative, or do you just have honorable mentions?
I can work with those parameters. That's great.
Okay. Do we
I
want to
think we should
start
stop calling it top 5 and just call it great 5. There's a
stuff
great
we
5,
like? Just get the
stuff we
5 out
like.
of there. Just stuff we like. Here's a random category.
Do you want to listen to John rant or not?
Some people in the audience are saying yes. Most of
Yeah.
So I have one of the things that I've got on Twitch is a 3-minute word ban where I'm just straight up not allowed to talk. Hefe has been
love that.
saving up points for this episode so he can just like nail me with that constantly, and then it's just like the JonCooli show.
All right, you have to give me some kind of signal or something because I won't even know I'm talking. Yeah.
Oh, I'll just, yeah, fair enough. I'll let you know. I need to actually set up a trigger for those ones because sometimes those happen and I just miss them entirely. So I'm trying to put little sound clips on all my triggers so that when something happens, there's at least an audio clue. Anyways,
Oh, Holmes is already on it. Oh, and he brought up some good questions I had. Oh, we're going to come back to that, Holmes.
yeah, Holmes is a very loyal listener. We love him over here.
Yeah.
JonCooli show sounds awesome. I did miss whatever his question. Oh, Holmes is giving us his list. I love it. Holmes
Yeah.
has us on his big screen TV so his wife and kid can listen in too. So
Oh, my goodness.
pressure is on. Oh, sorry about that. Okay, so do we want to do rom-com adjacents, then our top 4, then honorable
I
mentions,
don't know
then
what
our
that
number
might
1?
do to my list. If
fair
we
enough, fair
start
enough.
talking rom-com adjacent, I do have a fairly controversial. This might like Die Hard look like a Christmas movie sort of a pick.
Fair enough. I mean, depending on what you mean by that, I could get in on that one too, but we'll see. Okay, so maybe just do the top 4 and then do all of our honorable mentions and then number 1.
Yeah, sure. 3. Yeah, I like 3 and 1, but you like the 3 and 2, and you like the 4 and 1. I'm fine either way.
Okay, so 3
let's
honorable
go.
mentions, top 2, sure. All right, so Jonathan, do you want to give us your number 5 top romantic comedy of all time?
Yes, I do.
I love how prepared you are for this.
I want to start with
Yes.
1993's Much Ado About Nothing. It's a
Interesting.
Shakespeare adaptation, Kenneth Branagh, and I just love it. I love it. It's a really well done Shakespeare adaptation. It's It was a popular Shakespeare adaptation, which is, relatively rare. It was really beautifully filmed. It looks like a movie, if I can say that about Shakespeare adaptations.
Wow, that is a low bar for this list. My number 5 looks like a movie.
You know what I'm talking about.
It doesn't look like a play on screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
I actually don't know this one. This is one that
What?
our sister
Oh.
recommended as well, and I just didn't get time to get around to it. So it's going to have to be one that I check
Nice.
out at some point. But
Yeah, very, very good. Very well done. Great cast. There's like 3 Oscar winners, 3 Oscar nominees. There's you got Denzel Washington, Michael Keaton in the background. Like, that's how good the cast is. So it's a lot of fun. Keanu Reeves in a villain role, which is a lot of fun. Yeah.
1993 Keanu Reeves trying to do a British accent is bringing back some PTSD of other movies. That is not a particularly great starting point. All right. So obviously this is your number 5. This would be a highly recommend. This is something I should definitely be checking out if I have not seen
You
it at
should
this point.
definitely check it out. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Amy will love it. It's a lot of fun. It's got a very romantic setting and everything. It's kind of set in this fictional Mediterranean sort of space.
Is it Old English?
Yes, it's Shakespearean language. Yeah.
Fair enough.
But there's a lot of help along the way. Not as much as some Shakespeare adaptations. Maybe do a bit better job of that. But there's a lot. You're going to follow the story.
We are on ads for all the people on Twitch, so we got a little bit of time to kill before I go to my next one. So
Thank you, Holmes.
Jason Alexander says Tiptoes from 2002. It's a fantastic rendition of a Shakespearean adaptation. Are you familiar with this show?
No, I've never even heard of this.
So Tiptoes.
I'm writing it down.
No, don't.
Oh,
This is Jesse. He's trolling.
is he screwing with me?
100%. This is shoot.
We should only read
fantastic
his comments
actor.
during the ads.
Who is the wow? Gary Oldman. Gary Oldman is playing a midget for reasons passing understanding, who falls in love with, I don't even know. I can't even go beyond that. But like, watch the trailer. It's bananas.
Can I argue with Hefe if he's in the comments?
You're absolutely.
Shakespeare in Love is not a Shakespearean adaptation. It's some terrible movie some girl made up in the 90s. It's awful.
Hey, it won Best Picture over Saving Private Ryan, thereby officially making it amazing. So
The Oscars have never been wrong.
no, clearly, and not in 1996. That's for darn sure. That's definitely not one that's bit them in the.
Oh.
But, The Wizard is a rom-com gem. Okay, so my number 5, and this is actually a newer one that I watched this week. We've been going through a ton of romantic comedies, my wife and I.
Nice.
And this is one that we've owned for a long time, but I've never actually watched it. I've sort of seen bits and pieces as she watched it. It's really quite fun. How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. Now, this is your stereotypical romantic comedy. It's starring Matthew McConaughey and Kate Hudson. It is... So the story, are you familiar with it?
Yeah.
Okay. So
I've
for anybody who's
seen
not...
it was like when it was new. So
Yeah. So it's one of those movies where the main lead, Kate Hudson, takes on a bet that for her magazine article that she's writing, she can pick up a guy, make him fall in love with her, and then get rid of him, push him away within 10 days. So she's going to write like a how not to article. But
Right.
Matthew McConaughey takes a bet with his boss that he can make a girl fall in love with him in the next 10 days. So no matter what ridiculous antics she's doing to be like super clingy and like invading boys' night, all these things, he's just smiling and putting up with it because there's a huge promotion for him at the end of the week. And then, of course, 2000s rom-com, they fall in love and it ends happily. But this
Right.
was actually a lot of fun. There's some cringy moments, as most rom-coms have, but it was a ton of fun. I actually really enjoyed this one. You said you're like mildly familiar with it?
Yeah, I knew the premise as far as her story. I'd forgotten his story, and of course that's like half the plot right there. So
Yeah. So what is your
Yes.
number 4?
okay.
Uh-oh.
No,
This
I
is the
think
big
I'm
one?
okay. I think I'm still on solid ground here. No, this is Adam Sandler's The Wedding Singer.
Okay.
This is the first of, I think, the first of several pairings with Drew Barrymore.
Yeah, at least
It's
two.
a lot of fun. It was released as a rom-com on February 13th in 1998. And it did great. It had a lot of fun cameos. Steve Buscemi is in there. Billy Idol makes a cameo towards the end. That's quite memorable. Yeah, lots of good. I think as I was thinking through my rom-com adjacent movies, this one kept coming back, and I was like, is it a rom-com? I just became more and more comfortable with that one. And yeah,
That's totally fair.
yeah.
I of the Adam Sandler romantic comedies, I actually prefer 50 First Dates to The Wedding Singer. That
Okay.
being said, it's been a very long time since I've seen The Wedding Singer, so there
It's
is
been a
that.
long time for me since I've seen 50 First Dates, so I'll give you that. I thought about the other pairings with Drew Barrymore. I saw Brett Blended a few years ago.
I've never seen that one.
I felt like this is the funniest one, and I do like whatever. I do like the Drew Barrymore part in this one.
I'm not the biggest Adam Sandler fan, but he does have great chemistry with Drew Barrymore in the movies they've done together. And I think they do. Like, for me, again, it's not on my list. It's on my honorable mentions for 50 First Dates. It's
Okay.
It's very sweet. Like, they are very good together. I wish I remembered more of The Wedding Singer, to be perfectly honest, but it didn't make my cut.
Yeah, fair enough.
My number 5, and this is maybe where I thought you were kind of debating going when you talked about a Christmas movie. 4, correct? My number 4, and this is where I thought you were going when you were talking about a Christmas movie, is Love Actually. Now, this one takes a lot of crap for being like really cheesy and kind of promoting some less than actual love storylines. But that's kind of what I really like about it, is it does kind of show like a wide variety of different love. Like, you've got everything from lust to like puppy love to forbidden love to like actual long-term love. It kind of gives you a little bit of everything with all these different characters. There is a ton, like the crew on this one is just phenomenal, of older actors, newer actors, actors who became stars after this movie came out. Like Andrew Lincoln at the time of this show, like nobody knew who he was. Now he's the biggest star from The Walking Dead. Like, the fact that they pulled some of these people in before they were stars is really cool. I really, really like this one, and as cheesy as it can be, it is enjoyable every time.
This is one I've only seen once, right after it came out, or maybe probably right after it came out on DVD, and haven't seen it since. But I'm reminded of it. It usually you see mentions of it around Christmas time, and so I've meant to go back to it, and I just haven't got there.
This is one where I kind of was debating, not debating. I was trying to remember, like, did I put this on my top 5 Christmas movies? I don't think that I did, and
I don't think so, but I think you referenced it because I
it might have
remember
been an honorable mention or something.
I knew it was a strong movie for you. I remember being exactly what you just mentioned, like disappointed with some of the storylines, but I don't remember enough about it to say even which ones or whatever. But just like it was kind of hit and miss because they got 4 or 6 stories going on, something like that.
Oh, at absolutely,
at
probably
least
more.
Yeah. And I just remember someone was like hitting different levels for me as far as how enjoyable it was.
Hefe, oh my goodness, good choice not letting me have a voice line. I can't believe you guys are striking out this hard. Wow.
Oh, just wait, Hefe. I started with my strong picks.
Uh-oh. Don't love that. All right, what's your number 3?
Although I was looking at Hefe's top 5, I agreed with 2 of his top 5, although they're not on my list, I don't think. So there we go.
I see Film Rediscovery here. He's got his top 5: Remember the Night, Valley Girl, Table 19, When Harry Met Sally, and Green Inferno. I've watched one of those with when Harry Met
Where's
Sally.
this?
We watched. It's on YouTube, so you might not be able to see it. It should be on the main chat. Yeah, it's at the very top of the main chat here, right underneath top 5 rom-coms. They go on the actual screen. Anyways, Never heard of Remember the Night. I've heard of Valley Girl, but never seen it. Never heard of Table 19. We literally watched When Harry Met Sally this afternoon. Never heard of Green Inferno. So,
Fair enough.
real Bubba Hotep. There's a reason I'm divorced. My idea of a rom-com is Die Hard. I mean, it's kind of funny and he gets the girl in the end, so I'll allow it. Yeah, I think people would bring out their pitchforks if I put Die Hard on 2 lists that it doesn't belong in a row. That might have been just the end of that.
I could be your thing. You could just keep going with it.
The top 5 quickly becomes the top 4 because we just know that it's going to be on there.
That's right. My favorite Tom Hanks movies, Die Hard.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he was alive at the time.
Hear me out.
See, Holmes is on my side. He says it's a Christmas movie. Unless he's talking about Love Actually, which I would also allow as a Christmas movie. So regardless, he's not wrong. You gave your number 3, or we're waiting on that?
I don't know.
I don't think you have.
Okay, this is one I couldn't land. I could not land Die Hard.
Hefe told me beforehand that he is a big rom-com fan guy, a big fan of rom-coms. And now he is screaming at his screen. Like, this is Super Bowl Sunday for him, where he's like yelling at his favorite team for getting the pass wrong.
Okay, this is a this is my genre stretching. Doesn't really fit on this list. Doesn't fit on this list. The one I kept going back and forth on. There's a very serious tone to parts of this movie. It has a bit of a tragic storyline to it. But this is 1998's Life is Beautiful. This was a it was certainly a comedy, released as a comedy.
Is it? Am I thinking of the wrong movie? Isn't this like a World War II?
You're thinking of the right movie, but the first third is set as a comedy, and then the whole storyline takes a turn. But even that is kind of played towards the comedy. Not a comedy. I didn't feel like it was a comedy, but I felt like it was very romantic, Holmes. This is where I'm saying this didn't really fit anywhere on my list.
This is where the top 5 adjacent movies really comes in handy.
This would be a really good one for that. This is also one of my wife's favorite movies, and we went and saw it together when we were dating. So that also skews probably my... I'm getting symbols that I can't quite see.
It's a microphone with a no. I think he's trying to turn you off. Y'all don't understand the genre at all. It's romance and comedy, not weird stuff from our childhood. No,
that's fine.
Your pick is getting vetoed hard by the chat.
I was okay with that going in. I asked my wife for her picks, and this was her number 1 pick. So,
okay, I have not seen the movie, but I feel like I'm on chat's side on this one. This is definitely your Die Hard pick, where you're like, what is happening?
I told you it was going to be a Die Hard pick.
That's
it actually
fair.
makes Die Hard look more like a Christmas movie. That's what I said.
I at least had an argument for it being a Christmas movie. I don't know if it was a correct argument, but we tried. All right, so my number 3, again, is one that we rewatched recently. I kind of went on a bender for my top 5. Like, I had a good idea what my top 5 was going to be, and then what... I do apologize. I'm not quite myself. I've got a bit of a bug that I can't seem to get rid of. Sorry. So this week, my wife and I kind of went through, like, I had an idea what my top 5 were, and I was just like, let's just rewatch them just so I know for sure.
Emotional, damn it!
We watched one of them, and I was just like, no, that one doesn't quite make the cut anymore. But this one is one that kind of jumped the ranks a little bit. It's Crazy Stupid Love. This is Steve Carell, Ryan Gosling, Emma Stone, and kind of Julianne Moore, although she has a smaller part than I remember. It's another one with multiple like love stories going on in the same movie. It is incredibly funny, very romantic, or at least parts of it are. It's kind of, I don't know. There are some... The romance in this one doesn't feel like over-the-top Hollywood romance. It feels like real moments. Like there's a scene where she calls him, not realizing that he can see her, and she's making up some nonsense about like, oh, can you can you talk me through how to turn on the pilot light on the water cooler, the water heater, whatever? Because I can't figure it out. But she's sitting in the kitchen. He's watching her sit in the kitchen. So clearly she just wants to hear his voice, and it's a really, really sweet moment that feels a bit more realistic than like the average rom-com where it's like ridiculous and over the top. Now there is some ridiculous over the top comedy in this as well. You're kind of looking at me funny. You've not familiar with this one?
I've not seen this one. Yeah,
That's it. Okay.
that's it. That's all I had.
Fair enough. There's a little bit of raunch to this one, but overall it's a lot of fun. You've got Ryan Gosling essentially taking pity on Steve Carell, who's going through a divorce, and kind of teaches him how to get his manhood back and teach him how to like become a womanizer essentially.
It's like Hitch Light.
Kind of,
or Dark, maybe.
There's more to it than that. It's just a lot of fun. I really, really like this one.
Nice.
Okay, so now you want to do your honorable mentions?
Oh boy.
That you're absolutely Alexander.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's a moment where he's talking, Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone get together and they're laying in bed and she's talking about all the stuff that he's bought around his apartment. He's like, do you have one of those like massage chairs? And he's like, absolutely I do. She's like, really? Those $4,000 massage chairs? Like, do you like it? He's like, no, it sits in the garage. And so it cuts to them in the garage with her like in a blanket, like sitting in this vibrating chair. She's like, I kind of hate it. It's very good.
Nice. We're doing other stuff.
Yeah, you keep freezing for some reason.
Oh, sorry.
Is that nothing? Like it'll come back. There it goes. I don't know what's happening there.
I think it's when my screensaver comes on. I don't know why my screensaver comes on, but that's
you should
another whole
try and
thing.
stop that.
Yeah.
My homework is to watch What Happened. It Happened One Night.
Yes. That was one I was trying to get to this week again. Yeah. I have seen that one before. Well, I mentioned one. Hitch was on my honorable mentions list. I think that one's a pure Hefe approved rom-com. Is that okay, Hefe? I think 10 Things I Hate About You, a Shakespeare, updated Shakespeare, Shakespeare inspired, I guess. It was a lot of fun, good cast. And fun to rewatch, and again fitting more with that classic rom-com genre. Sweet Home Alabama, I think somebody mentioned it in the chat. I saw it up there as well.
I think he did Stars Fall on Alabama, which I'm not familiar with, so I'm writing that one down
somebody
as well.
else had mentioned Sweet Home Alabama. I think, was that Holmes? Somebody else had mentioned it earlier on.
I've not seen that one all the way through. It is my wife's like number 1 or 2. She absolutely loves Sweet Home Alabama.
There it is. Hefe had it on his list.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was 10 things.
Somebody liked 10 Things. There we go. 2 of us liked 10 Things I Hate About You.
There you go.
I lost myself on where I have my... Oh, Roman Holiday is another one. I think is a good fit for this list. I don't know if it's like, I think it's kind of rom-com before rom-com was rom-com-y. So I think of a lot of like kind of 90s movies was kind of...
Well, we lost sound and everything. Oh, you're just entirely gone. Shoot. Hefe, did you actually find a way to kick him? Nope, he is gone. Rutrow. One second. Let's see if we can message him. Oh. Hello?
What's going on?
Hello?
I'm back?
I can hear you and see you. I don't know who got the point redemption to get rid of you, but you know.
Am I on?
Yeah, I see you. I hear you. Can you not hear or see me? That sounds like a no.
I'm not hearing you. I lost everything and I'm not hearing you.
I don't know. 1 second. Hello? Hello, hello. Hello?
Okay, that's good.
Hello? Hello?
I can't hear you at all. Can you hear me? Give me a thumbs
Yes.
up if you can hear anything I'm saying. Okay, I'm just not hearing you then. Sorry. Hefe's dreams have come true.
Okay. 1 second, 1 second, 1 second.
I remember when the internet loved me. That was a precarious.
It was like one stream. Let's be honest.
Life is beautiful. Oh, this will be it. I think I got it. Just give me 1 second here.
I can hear you, so let me know the second you can start hearing me. I apologize to chat and everybody watching this complete train wreck of a show. Technically, booted router. Breakfast at Tiffany's is an incredible rom-com, minus the problematic Mickey Rooney character. Yep. No, if I could, I would have stopped this whole stream. Y'all are whiffing. Finally, the bad men have stopped saying bad things. Is Zack and Miri Make a Porno considered a rom-com? It's probably more... Yeah, I would agree. Rom-com adjacent. That's where I would put that one. But you're closer than these two. Ouch.
Okay.
Can you hear me? That doesn't sound like a yes. Hello, hello, hello. Here, I'm going to text you real quick.
Sorry.
Text. I wrote that one down, Hefe. I wrote that one down. I can hear you just fine. It's you hearing me that's the issue.
Are you going to get an echo?
I wrote that one down, Hefe. I wrote that one down. I can hear you just fine. It's you hearing me that's the issue. Are you going to get an echo? 1 second. Chat, can you hear Jonathan with an echo, or does that sound okay, or does that sound awful? Jonathan, you need to actually talk for this.
I think I took care of it.
You can hear me? Can you hear me? I don't think you took care of it if you can't hear me.
Yep. Yes.
You can hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, chat's saying no echo. I have no idea where we're at.
Yep.
But hey, we're back. Woo! Yeah, are you getting an echo right now, Hotep, or is that old? I guess it only works if Jonathan's talking. Hotep's saying we're good now. Cool, let's move on.
Sorry, I'm talking.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
I'm talking. All right, let's go.
Okay, so you were doing some honorable mentions. I guess I'll throw out one or two. Have you tried turning off and on again? We got no echo. Cool. So one of my honorable mentions is actually a Netflix one fairly recently. It's called Always Be My Maybe. Have you ever seen this one? It's, oh, shoot. Russell Park? No, that's not quite the right name.
No, I've not seen this.
It's the story of two kids who are best friends, have a bit of a falling out, and then run back into each other much later in life. Let's go IMDb. Find each other much later in life. She is extremely successful. He kind of never really went anywhere in life, but they still have a bit of a connection. It's very funny. It's got a cameo from Keanu Reeves as Keanu Reeves. And the soundtrack, like he's a musician.
Nice.
Randall Park is a musician in the game,
Love
in the
that.
show. And actually has a soundtrack you can find on Spotify that I'm not gonna lie, I've been listening to since I saw it. It's pretty fun. Wait, before we move on, y'all need to go back and watch
That's
better
awesome.
movies. That wasn't a bad one. Okay, so he's on board with the Always Be Your Maybe. At least you're in the right ballpark. Randall Park and Ali Wong. Yeah, great show. Crazy Asians did the same thing. I remember liking Crazy Rich Asians. I just haven't seen it recently enough to definitively say, yes, this belongs on the list, or no, it does not. But I do remember enjoying it when I saw it. This one, if anything, is good. Okay, Harry Potter, are you living under the stairs? What is going on right now? You
That's
can't hear
not
that?
me.
That's not you?
Oh, that is me.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say.
I had my headphones on.
Stop doing construction. Yeah, the rest of us are just hearing your mic.
Oh, that was fair.
Okay, so if anyone is gonna get hate,
sorry
I'm gonna
about
get some
that.
hate for this one because this is just on my honorable mention. I have When Harry Met Sally as an honorable mention. Now I realize this is like one of the great granddaddies of romantic comedies, and probably a lot of people are like screaming, "Why is this not your number one?" We literally just watched this one this afternoon. I did really enjoy it, but even as I was watching it, I'm like, I don't know how much I'm gonna rewatch this one as much as some of the other ones. Like, the funny parts are funny, the romantic parts are romantic, but there's a lot of space in between that's just kind of
Yeah.
okay. I did really like having the couples throughout the movie, though. Like, every time there's a time jump,
Holmes has got
you'll
your
have
back.
every time there's a time jump, you'll have a real life couple telling their actual story, which is kind of a cute way to introduce it. And then at the very end, you've got them telling their story of how they met. It's really cute. I did enjoy it. I just, like, my top 5 are ones that I feel like I could watch. Maybe not right now, because I literally just watched most of them. But, like, in a few weeks, I'd probably be okay to sit down and watch it. I don't know that I'm going to jump back into When Harry Met Sally quite that quickly.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
And I think that is one of the things about this genre, the ones that are actually in this genre, Hefe, is they're enjoyable rewatches for the most part. They're light, they're fun, they're
Yeah. I also have
yeah.
Pretty Woman.
Yeah, the movies I've got on my list, I've seen probably every year or two since they've been out.
Oh, wow. Okay, I definitely can't say that, but... my next one on the list is Pretty Woman. This is another one that I have not seen in a very long time, but I remember really enjoying it when I did. The chemistry between Richard Gere and Julia Roberts is so strong that they've made at least 2, if not 3 movies together. And this was the first one. I don't remember... I feel like this is definitely a rom-com, but at the same time, I don't think I could tell you a single joke from the movie. So it's kind of that, like, is it just, like, the situations that are kind of funny, or, like, maybe I'm just remembering it poorly? I'm not 100% on that one. Holmes doesn't like the concept, so he never liked it. Fair enough. Don't you say Pretty in Pink. I definitely will not. Jonathan, you got an honorable mention for
That
us?
was
or-
my defense for not having it on my list too. Yeah.
Which one? That you just don't like the concept? Can you not hear me?
Yeah.
What's going on? There's a huge delay between when I'm talking
Yeah.
and you're responding. Is that...
There's just a delay. I'm by the time I talk, I'm interrupting you, I think.
Are you still on Discord, or are you back on Ninja?
I think because I'm listening on this on the I'm listening on Twitch.
Listening on Twitch. Oh, there's definitely going to be a delay there. Oh, shoot. Okay.
That's where I'm getting all the comments and everything.
Yeah, but if you're listening there, there's like a 5-second
Right.
delay. That's
Should
going
we
to make
switch over?
conversation way harder. Are you able to jump in
Okay,
the
let me go
Discord?
back. Mm. Sort of. I'm in Discord right now. I've got it right here. I just need to know how to get to.
If you go to the JonCooli show, you should be able to go to recording
This is where y'all find out I don't know. Recording, yep. Voice connected.
Okay, now you need to get rid of Twitch.
Yeah, I'm on it. There we go. Yes, still the damn headphones.
Okay. Now, can
Perfect.
people hear him without an echo?
Oh, I have.
You need to talk for that
make
to work,
sense.
Jonathan. This
Yeah,
smile really
sorry
doesn't
about
help
that.
anybody.
I think we should be good.
Well, I agree, but I
Theory.
want to hear the audience say that we're good.
That would be all ideal.
Okay. People seem to be okay with this. Now I can actually have a conversation with you. Sorry, so you were saying you didn't like Pretty Woman because you were also against the concept in general?
Yeah, it's just a little icky.
Fair enough. I'm not going to argue with on that one.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to argue that.
I also have Forgetting Sarah Marshall. Now, this one might be a little bit heavier on the comedy than on the romance, but I still feel like it fits that like date movie where you can go and see it, have a really good time. There is a romance involved with it. He does, get the girl at the end. I really like this one. I can remember watching it with Amy, and I want to say her brother, and just laughing a lot. Too much comedy, no romance, and we're on ads. Fantastic. This is going so well.
Yeah, I agree with Hefe though. I think that's a comedy movie.
Well, and that's why this is an honorable mention, because if
I
I was
hear
more
you.
convinced
Yep.
that this would be a romantic comedy, it would have made the actual list, probably.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
there's a few kind of we're on ads. All right.
Well, I mean, there are people who are subscribed who are not seeing the ads, so we can still talk. Just let's not move on with our list just yet.
Oh yeah, no, that's fine.
Ads will stop these choices, so he wants ads. Yeah, he's unsubscribing. He doesn't see ads, he wants the ads. Jerk.
I like a lot of romantic comedies, but they're not ones that would go like. It's so stupid. High on my list of romantic comedies. That's so dumb. But you were alluding to Runaway Bride a second ago, talking about Richard Gere and Julia Roberts. I thought that was a little bit more fun.
Okay.
It was still a little cringy at a few points, but not still, in a totally different way. But like there's a whole storyline thing with the way she likes her eggs. And so there's some cute stuff in there that felt realistic. So
Very nice. And then my last honorable mention, we've already talked about it, is 50 First Dates. You didn't miss anything,
Okay.
Holmes. We literally just, like, the last of my honorable mentions is 50 First Dates. We were trying to just kill in time.
yeah.
I'm not a big Adam Sandler fan. I like this movie. I've seen it multiple times. I would watch it again in a heartbeat. That's really all I gotta say. We kind of touched on this one already.
Yeah, I think I've seen that one once and caught bits of it a few times. So I would go back to it and see it again. But I didn't have it enough in my mind to say one way or the other.
Fair enough. Green, the one with Mila Kunis, was Forgetting Sarah Marshall. Oh my God, stop with Adam Sandler. He sucks. You have bad choices in movies. I have no idea how much Hefe is one just trolling us at this
can
point, or
never
if he's
tell.
actually pissed off. Yeah, it's the short-term memory loss one.
I've fallen so far so fast.
No doubt. Well, I knew you would. I mean, you can only
Yeah.
get that close
Yeah.
to the sun once.
That's exactly it.
No, not trolling. Mad at y'all. Are you out of honorable mentions? You done your honorable mentions?
I've done all the ones I care to without Hefe coming through my screen.
Now you're scared to keep going? Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
That's right. That was my top 3, guys.
We're done here. Good night,
never.
everybody.
Goodbye, Internet. Forever.
So I also have my adjacents. Now you're out of adjacents? You don't have any of those?
I've got another whole list I can pull up. Yeah. Don't even worry about that. So a few people mentioned Princess Bride.
Yep.
That was one, for me, that's adjacent. I would have thought of that directly as a rom-com. I enjoy The Princess Bride a lot. I think it gets a lot of hate from people that didn't grow up with it, as Dan's mentioned before, I think, on here. Anyway, that's my controversial hot take.
No, I'm 100%. I'm right there with you. Princess Bride would
Okay.
make my top 10 movies of all time. I don't consider it a romantic comedy, so it's in my adjacent list.
Yeah.
If it did count, it would probably be number 1 on my list overall. But it's just, there's so many other elements to it. It's more of like a fun fantasy adventure. And yes, it does have comedic moments, and yes, it does have romance involved, but there's a lot of other stuff going on. So that was my choice on that one. But legitimately,
Groundhog Day is a great
love this
pick.
movie.
Yeah.
So I've seen Groundhog Day multiple times because I just want to keep figuring out what it is that people love about that movie. And it took me maybe like 4 or 5 times. And now, like the most recent time I watched it, I actually did have fun with it. But seriously, like the first 2 times I watched that, I'm like, this sucks. Why do people like this? Hot take, I am not a Bill Murray fan. Sorry. No one loves that
I
movie.
thought you were reading a comment. I was so shocked when you said that.
Said what?
The Bill Murray thing. But you've said that before.
Oh, I've said that. I'll say that. I'll stick by
I'm like,
that.
where's that in the comments?
No, that's pure Mongooly right there.
Pure Mongooly. Being pure Mongooly.
Yeah, watch the follower count just plummet.
Oh yeah.
So that's one. The other movie that I've got, or another movie that I've got on my adjacent list, would also probably make my top 10 movies of all time. But it's not really a romantic comedy, despite the fact that it has comedy in it and it is focused around a romance of sorts. And that's Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. If you have not seen this movie, there's got a bit of time, science fiction-y stuff to it, but only so that you can get to the heart of the movie. And the heart of the movie, have you seen this one? Are you familiar with this one at all?
I've not seen it.
Okay.
I know what it is. I'd like to see it, but it's just not made it there.
That's fair. Essentially, Jim Carrey and Kate Winslet are going through a breakup, and she gets her memory erased so that she doesn't even know who he is. So he signs up for that too, and we spend most of the movie going through his memories of their relationship, and he's like fighting back, like in his sleep, like I don't actually want this to go through. I actually do want to keep these memories. Let me keep this memory. Let me keep this thing. It's heartbreaking, but it's brilliant, and I absolutely love it. Does it fit the rom-com mold? Not really, but it's romantic and it is funny, and I wanted to throw it in there.
Hefe's going to bed. How
No love for
depressing can our
Sabrina.
rom-coms be, Hefe?
Apparently
Still
very
got 2
depressing.
more.
I'm going to just not talk about that one. So, okay. I'll go through these ones super, super quickly because...
Are we still on adjacent? I lost track of... Okay.
Just
I got
real
one
quickly.
more way outside adjacent.
I'm curious to hear it, but let me just run through these ones
Yeah,
super
go
fast.
ahead.
Chasing Amy is on my list. I'm a huge Kevin Smith fan. It's probably more comedic than romantic. I get that, but it does feel like it should fit that genre, but not quite. So we'll leave that one off. One that chat recommended the other day, so I checked it out, is called Warm Bodies. This is a romantic comedy that's kind of a Romeo and Juliet story between a zombie and a survivor. Yes, it is super weird. No, it does not make my list. But it was just one of those ones that because chat recommended it so heavily, I wanted to mention it. I did watch it. I did enjoy it. I'm not entirely convinced it's a romantic comedy. If you've ever seen this one, it's an independent movie from England called Sing Street. It is brilliant. And I think, Jonathan, specifically for you, you would really love the soundtrack to this movie. It's about a kid who starts a band so that he can play songs for a girl that he likes. And they go through a bunch of genres through like late 70s to like late 80s kind of thing. So a lot of like Duran Duran, stuff like that. The soundtrack is phenomenal. It's really, really fun. It is kind of hard to find though, because it is such a small little movie.
Right.
And then the last one on my list, I would not have even considered this, but every time I found a list of top 20 rom-coms, this one did. I have no idea why, but I love this movie. And that's As Good as It Gets with Jack Nicholson and Helen Hunt. That's one of the ones that you owned back in the day. So I've seen that movie 1,000 times because it was one of the like 9 movies that we had on VHS. So I was able to watch it over and over again.
This is why Hefe has false beliefs about Canadians. But
Oh, he's training out in the woods to, overthrow. He's part of the American military, and he's literally training to come to Canada and take us over. So I told him to start with Manitoba. They'll get so bored they'll leave, and then we'll have the rest of Canada to be fine.
It'll take him an afternoon.
Yeah, Pretty much.
We'll be freer after we're invaded.
Jim Carrey's a horrible actor. I'm going to fight you on that one. I'm not a huge fan of his comedies, but when he's being dramatic, he is really, really good. Yeah, no, you have to watch one of his movies where he's not doing dick and fart joke comedy, because he's actually a very talented actor when he's trying. What about you? You got one left that's far outside the box?
Oh.
Now you're just so
I'm so scared of the internet.
You have to be okay with the internet ripping you apart because that's all they like to do.
Yeah, that's the way this goes.
Ironically, Hefe and I were having a conversation earlier on like Discord where he's like, I like positive vibes and like happy places. What happened to that, Hefe? Where did that go? Where did that Hefe go? Go ahead, Jonathan.
This was one that came up on lists that I really enjoy, but I didn't really feel like it was a rom-com. It's on the comedy edge of rom-com. I guess it's whatever.
Is your screensaver back up?
Frick this thing. Yeah. But that was there's a couple that fit that criteria. But Never Been Kissed was one that people talked about a lot on the lists, and one that I thought of right away. It was like the third one I listed when I started this list. And then it was like, well, is it? There is like a romance, but it's not a romance, you know? There's a love interest, I should say, but there's not a romance. So that was fairly adjacent. And then a lot of comedies kind of struggle with that, right? So
yeah. All right, you ready to continue getting roasted with our official top 2?
The official list that's worse than the actual. Yeah, I sure am. And this is not going to help me at all with Hefe.
Give us your number 2.
This is The Story of Us. This was this movie kind of slid by unnoticed for a lot of people. This is a Rob Reiner film with Bruce Willis and Michelle Pfeiffer in 1999. And it's pretty tragic for a rom-com. In a sense, it's about a couple that's been married 15 years, and the majority of the movie, they are planning and preparing to divorce. They're separated, and much of the movie is told in flashbacks, good and bad, of their kind of life together, their 2 kids. And even in the reviews online, there's a lot of discussion about, like, should these people be together? Like, we feel bad for these people. And so it feels like I don't want to sound too depressing. It feels very realistic. It feels very gritty. Not gritty. It's not gritty.
I was going to say, this is at least the second one in your top 5 that I've not seen, but just from your description of it, I kind of want to kill myself. Like, where is the comedy in your picks?
There's a lot of fun in this movie. There's a lot of fun to be had in this movie.
There's so much fun based around divorce.
Yeah. This is the only one about divorce. The
other ones are about World War II. Holocaust. Another great time.
Yeah.
Sorry, continue.
Yeah. That's all I got.
That's all. Yeah,
that's the train.
Go watch Fools Rush In. That was actually pretty fun. I don't know if it makes my top. Well, it definitely doesn't make my top 5, but it was a fun one. Okay, if you're done with that one, I'm actually going to touch on one that you've already mentioned, and that was 10 Things I Hate About You. Rewatched this one recently. I really like this one. It is a Shakespearean adaptation, but they speak normal, so you can actually understand what's going on. A great cast with Heath Ledger, with Julia Stiles, and Joseph Gordon-Levitt. It's just a really fun teen comedy.
Emotional, damn it!
It's sorry. It's a really fun teen comedy with a little bit more going on. I really like it, and I just watched this a couple days ago, and I was actually laughing quite a bit at it. So I really enjoyed it. And never knew this or never paid attention. There's a young Allison Janney in it as the school principal, which was pretty fun to see.
writing dirty romance novels, as I
Yeah,
recall.
very filthy. Okay, what's your number one on this list that is not rom-coms whatsoever? Is this going to be like
Oh
Schindler's
no,
List?
this
What do
is
you
my
got going for me?
saving grace.
We'll see.
Hefe will probably still hate my guts, but
Yeah. I
this
don't think
is-
you're coming back
is
from this one.
The legitest rom-com on my list, Notting Hill, with Julia Roberts and Hugh Grant. You cannot argue with the rom-com bona fides. They weren't even trying to be anything but a rom-com. It was actually a rom-com of Julia Roberts basically playing herself. She actually ad-libs a line in the movie where one of the reporters, the premise is this super famous movie star walks into a bookstore in England and meets a guy, and they hit it off and find true love and happiness, except for how much fame complicates that for them. So, Julia Roberts playing a famous movie star is fairly on point in the late 90s. And at one point in the movie, one of the reporters, or one of the characters, not a reporter, asks her how much she got paid in her most recent movie, kind of trying to understand how famous she is and whatnot. And she says 15 million, which is what she made in the movie. So,
Okay.
yeah.
I know that I've seen it. It's not one that I've gone back to ever. But I'm sure that I've seen it. I'd lie. I've probably seen it twice, but I couldn't tell you when the last time was. Been a long time. All right. And my number one, I would say, is also pretty safe on this list. And in fact, I know that it's on Hefe's list, so there's that. He can't get mad about this one. My number one is The Proposal. This is starring Ryan Reynolds and Sandra Bullock. It's one where basically she's about to get deported to Canada, so she has to get married, and she has to convince people that the marriage is legit. So when he travels back to Alaska to see his family, she goes with him as his fiance, despite the fact that she's actually his boss. Betty White is his grandmother, and hilarity ensues. And it's a fantastic movie. Nice. Ryan Reynolds and Sandra Bullock's chemistry is off the charts. Betty White is phenomenal and just taken way before her time. Like, this is... I mean, I would argue my list is pretty pure romantic comedy, but this feels like the purest of it. Nothing. Okay.
Yeah, no. So,
Stop reading chat when I'm talking to you.
Yeah, no, I think this is one I saw right away when it came out. Just liking both those actors, and I remember really enjoying it. Haven't gone back to it, and I didn't remember it well enough to include it, and didn't have a chance to rewatch it. So
fair enough.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Holmes is saying his number 2 favorite fantasy novel is Hop on Pop. Just wow.
Roasting
They're
me.
going for you this time.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's his boss and needs to keep her work visa by getting married. I thought she was going to get deported. I'm pretty sure that's... Anyways.
What a work
I
visa's
approve
for, dude.
hilarious antics of Ryan Reynolds with the bonus of Sandra Bullock. And Sandra Bullock looks good in that movie. At least know the full storyline. She went to his hometown. That's what I said. Is that not what I... Deported back to Canada? You're all just saying stuff I already said. I'm recording this. We can go back and check the tape. But yes... She's going back to his home in Alaska so that she can meet the family and try and pull off that this is a real engagement. Wouldn't Hop on Pop your own. No, you messed it up. All right, whatever, Hefe. Anyways, I'm not even going to ask what you guys think about this list because clearly you've all turned on us pretty hard. Now, of my top 5, How to Lose a Guy in 10... Whether you agree that they are good movies is a different option. But How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, clearly a romantic comedy. Love Actually, clearly a romantic
Yours
comedy.
are all romantic comedies.
Crazy Stupid Love, 10 Things I Hate About You. Like, these are all romantic comedies. So I don't know. Like, they're not the ones Hefe or the audience actually want to hear, and that's unfortunate for them. But I don't know what you're talking about. I think this is a fantastic list. And all ones that I would honestly watch again anytime soon. The Proposal is the only one I didn't watch recently because as soon as we thought of this list, that was like my number one with a bullet. So it was just like, no, that's going on there, period. Yes, now you got it. Wedding Crashers, I would say, is more comedy than romantic comedy, but that's just me. Clearly, I don't know what I'm talking about, so feel free to make whatever lists you want at this point.
I think Much Ado About Nothing is the original romantic comedy, so sit on that. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, Hefe agrees with one of my picks, and he's right. We had like 48 that we went over, so, you know, there's that.
That's true, yeah.
Now, as far as my watch list goes, I've written down the audience has said Stars Fall on Alabama. It happened one night, and I'm going to look into the story of us.
My Story of Us, yeah.
Yeah, Sleepless in Seattle or You've Got Mail. I don't know. They just don't do it for me, man. I like Tom Hanks, but I prefer him in different roles.
I had both of those on my short list. Not on my very long short list. Anyway.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, you're 20.
Yeah, exactly. Those are, in my mind, those are classic rom-coms. When I think about, the in general, but yeah, for me personally, Sleepless in Seattle is super cute. I really liked it, but it's, I don't know. It's not that romantic. He meets her by accident at the end.
That's fair. Of the two, I feel like I would watch.
In love with her.
Of the two, I think I would watch Sleepless in Seattle before I'd see You've Got Mail, but Green Inferno.
You've Got Mail has a lot more chemistry, a lot more romantic to it.
Fair enough.
But make Sticky great again.
The whole premise is basically they're both cheating, cyber cheating before it was cool. So, yeah. Oh boy.
They're finding all the right buttons. Oh,
yeah.
Closing the wrong things. All right, so we did manage to get through that significantly.
Emotional, damn it!
Way faster than Christmas.
Way faster than the Christmas movies.
We had a lot less to say about rom-coms. We ruined Valentine's Day for Hefe.
I think the fact that Hefe turned on you so hard, you kind of like shut. I did write it down, Holmes. I did write down Just Married. Well, we'll see. Maybe he'll come back. What is the next category we should do for a top 5 that will potentially redeem us?
Something we know about would be good.
Screw you. Your list sucked. Mine was pretty much on par.
Oh, I didn't like any of your movies. I haven't.
Support Dingo has not seen a single movie talked about so far.
Yeah.
So you said you didn't like any of my movies?
No, sorry, dude.
That's fair.
I
10 Things I Hate About You is literally on your list.
I love that movie. That's a great movie. But there was like 3 of them I had heard of and not watched. So
fair enough.
So I can't say I didn't like them. I'm just saying they didn't.
Well, yeah, your rom-coms have significantly more trauma in them, so.
Yes, I like that.
I'm starting to understand why Hefe is against your list.
I like tragedies. Yeah.
All right. Well, if we have an audience do this a 3rd time or a 4th time, I guess, what should we do? What do you want to do, Jonathan? What do you want to talk about next?
Oh, that's a great question. I have no ideas though.
Fantastic.
Yep, you're welcome. I think it seems like we should stick to things in the 90s. That seems to be, although rom-coms really went downhill after the 90s. I think everything. I think
the early 2000s were okay, but
yeah, there's a few really cute ones in that, but it 2005 or so, and it starts to really drop off, and the number being produced really drops off. That's not just like my old opinion. And I think there's a lot of shifts going on there. Like the TV shows go to the longer story arcs, right? There's a lot of things that changed. We've got reality TV, and romantic comedies they kind of got pushed. The big theatrical release ones anyway got kind of pushed to the side, and then we get the Hallmark Channel ones now. So
yeah, Netflix still puts out them because you're right. They don't go to the theaters anymore because they get butchered by the MCU and stuff like that. But even then, like, I mean, Always Be or Maybe I really enjoyed, but a lot of the ones
saying that there's a lot of he agrees with me about the Hallmark Channel. Thank you, except he thinks he's disagreeing.
Yeah, the Hallmark Channel ones lose me a little bit, but maybe that's just me.
Yeah.
The problem is film rediscovery. You'd have to be talking about it by yourself because, like, I don't know that I've ever seen a film noir, or at least not a classic one, right? Like, maybe if you include like Blade Runner as like a film noir, maybe. I do like. Somebody said top 5 cult classic movies. Now I'd have to look up exactly which ones would go on that list, but I feel like that could be a lot of fun.
Yes.
Or maybe just make
Cult
it like top 5 indie movies.
films.
That could be really interesting. Same thing, just top 5 indie movies.
Yeah.
You'd mentioned at one point like top 5 movies that like nobody really talks about or really heard of. I feel like that'd be a hard list to do because just because my circle of friends doesn't know about them doesn't necessarily mean that, you know, they're not
right.
well. Like I'd be like, this is a movie that nobody talks about, and people in chat be like, "What do you? That's super popular. You're an idiot."
Everyone knows that's the best. Yeah.
Somebody mentioned Heathers the other day. It might have been Real Bubba Hotep. I haven't seen that one yet. I assume it's not a romantic comedy. I think it's more about like, if I have the right movie, isn't that about suicide?
It is not. It is not a romantic comedy. I think that's fairly safe. I just rewatched it in the last 6 months. I think something like that. Yeah.
Top 5 fantasy novels made into movies.
Oh my!
I don't know.
I'd be deficient in 2 things there. Yeah.
It would. Like you do 3 Lord of the Rings, and then I don't even know. I can't. I'm sure I'm blanking on some really obvious ones, but off the top of my head, I'm like, I don't know.
You want to do a top 5 Lord of the Rings movies?
No, because I literally only like 3 of them. Best
Die
superhero
Hard.
movies, No Time Off Limits. No Time Off Limits. Want to get fight going, do best superhero movies, No Time Off Limits. So just any superhero movie ever made? I don't hate that.
There's a 1970s Spider-Man movie that I have never seen anybody else talk about.
So I'm positive that we watched that at the Hubinski's house way back when, because I have memories of this movie that I've never seen or heard anything of until like 2 years ago when it was like made somebody's list. I was like, it does exist. I'm not crazy.
We had it on video.
What?
Yeah, we had it on video way back, like in the 80s. We had it on the video.
Wow.
Yeah. It's probably beta.
All the Lord of the Rings were great. I agree with that. However, the Hobbits sucked. I didn't even bother with the third one. I got so out of it by the end of the
Superman,
second
I'm
one.
with you on that, Hefe. Yeah.
Holmes is no longer allowed to text. I think the chat has moved on from us and they're just entertaining themselves at this point.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
That's an ideal scenario.
That's actually what we want. So how are you?
Yeah.
All right, so if we were to go, I've got fantasy novels, which, I mean, I'd have to look into more. Cult classics, I actually kind of like the look of, but it might be... I'd have to see what exactly the definition of a cult classic is and how it differentiates itself from an indie movie or just something that, like... Because they talk about cult classics being ones where, like, it hits theaters, it flops, and then it, like, gains a following after that. Is that a cult classic? Something like Office Space?
Yeah, Office Space would be a good example. A lot of your Kevin Smith movies would probably fit in there. It's like there's a really strong fan base. Most of them came late to the party. And the wider culture, it's not the movies that made $200 million, you know. It was just never there. How's that, Holmes? Give us a better definition.
I don't think it was Holmes that recommended that one.
Years later. Yeah, like Army of Darkness. I think I saw it when I was like 15 years old or something already.
Cult classics like Donnie Darko, Rocky Horror, anything Kevin Smith. Top 5 spoof movies could be interesting. I don't know that I watch enough spoof movies. Top 5 Stephen King. Ooh. I think you're gonna.
Good list.
I think you're gonna lose Jonathan with horror, but nicely, the nice thing is a lot of the best Stephen King movies aren't really horror, anyways. So.
Yeah, I could do a fair bit of Stephen King, but not much horror beyond that. Like not a lot of John Carpenter.
Well, I mean, everybody will know our number one before we even start the list. So, I mean, I have to assume.
I defy expectation. No, of course, yeah.
Yeah. Just to really get the chat going, we won't even put that one on the
Yeah,
list.
that's right.
Honorable mention.
Is it a Stephen King?
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
It's only a short story. I don't know.
That's right. Yeah. I like the book better.
I'd have to really do my homework on that one, but I really like the top 5 movies with terrible endings. That could be really interesting, but I would need way more than a week or two for that one. Worst endings? Top 5 worst endings? I don't know. I'd also love to do, at some point, again, it would take a while, like great concepts that were bad movies. You know what I mean? Like where the idea of it should be really strong, but something was missing and it was terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hefe's not a horror guy. Jonathan, I have to assume you're not a horror person whatsoever.
I'm not a big horror guy. Most of the horror movies I've seen with you, I would say. And that's not that many.
I was going to say, like, I'm trying to put that together. Like, post 1996, what even is that?
Well, you came out to visit me one week, and my wife was in these, like, teen light horror films, and we watched, like, a dozen of these, like, I Know What You Did Last Summer kind of movies back.
That's actually, I completely
2002.
Yeah, I completely forgot about that. But you're right. When I came out to visit you that one time,
yeah,
I don't know what was going on, but me and Susan were just on like another level of just like, let's get another one, and we just went through like all these horrible slasher movies.
Yeah.
From the local video store. I think, did you have your oldest at that point, but he was like super young? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we had a baby, and I think you'd come up more or less to hang out with the baby and meet the baby, and
pretty much,
and watch horror movies all
apparently
day long.
I don't know, that was actually
that's what babies need. Yeah.
See, I like that one, Green Tucket. How about movies that had potential but bombed? The story is a movie example: Sphere or Event Horizon. Oh, buddy, you touched my heart a little bit there. Sphere is probably my favorite book of all time. The movie is atrocious, like unwatchable garbage. Event Horizon is actually not that bad of a movie if you like horror movies, and it's even more fun if you actually know anything about Warhammer 40,000, because it's essentially, a lot of people think of it as kind of like the prequel to Warhammer 40,000. So I don't hate Event Horizon as much as most people do. It's not one that I go back to very often, but I remember enjoying it well enough. Sphere, though, that's the first and only time I've ever sat down to read a book for 5 minutes, and I finished the 400-page book in one sitting. Wow, and I want to say I was like 14 at the time. Like I was relatively young, and I just could not put it down. I know a great guest for top erotic thrillers. Jesse, I've offered to have you on the show before. You just have to actually sign up. That's just JonCooli's face. Most horror movies I've ever seen. Wait, we aren't done talking about rom-coms. I took a nap today to stay awake to really get into this, y'all. Y'all owe me a redo after you go back and watch some. All right, let's take a second here. Let's take a second here. I've got Hefe's actual list. Somewhere. Wherever I... Okay, so Hefe sent me his top 6, I guess it is. Number 1 was... You there, Jonathan?
I'm waiting to write it down. I'm getting my paper out here.
Stars Fell on Alabama, which I wrote down. The Proposal, which was my number 1, so I don't know why he's so mad. Sweet Home Alabama, I admitted to having seen bits and pieces of, but I have not seen all the way through.
And I had as an honorable mention.
Okay. What Happens in Vegas?
My top 5. That was a close,
I don't know What Happens in Vegas. Just Married, I feel like I've seen, but I couldn't tell you anything about it other than the 2 stars. And then The Princess Bride, which again, we all agreed was adjacent. So like, I don't think we're as far off as your list is. We just didn't name the ones that you wanted. And I know you're also just giving us crap, but you know, it is what it is. Top 5 so it's he's in your time zone, so it's 9:20 for him there, and he said he had to take a nap first before he could get here and actually pay attention.
He was thinking this was going to go 3 or 4 more hours.
Well, in fairness, the Christmas one kind of did.
Yeah,
I'm not really sure how. Looking back at it. Fools Rush In, I do remember enjoying, but not enough to go back to it over and over again. Showgirls is a dumpster fire comedy.
I enjoyed
Showgirls?
Fools Rush In. Yeah.
You can say more. That's fine.
Oh, I haven't seen that movie since the 90s, I don't think.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Same.
Or early 2000s, whatever it was. Yeah. There's a number of John Cusack movies that were actually really cute. They're kind of lower budget rom-coms that came out around that time. Serendipity. And what's the one with the dogs? Truth About Dogs? Something like that.
Truth About
That's not
the...
it.
Truth About Cats and Dogs?
Lose it. Yeah. That's...
I never watched Saved by the Bell the same way again. Oh, wow.
I thought he was talking about John Cusack for a second.
Top 5 westerns, top 5 medieval movies. I'd have to do some. If you thought this list was bad, wait until I do a top 5 westerns, because I guarantee you, you're gonna hate it. Honestly, I don't know if I could name 5 westerns that I've seen.
I enjoy westerns more than Dan.
That's not hard. That is a low bar.
Yeah, that's fair.
Tombstone, The Searchers, and then everything else. That's pretty much my list. Not gonna lie. Cowboys and Aliens. That's genre bending for sure. And you're talking to two guys who just had, war dramas on our rom-com list.
Yeah.
Okay, I said I haven't watched westerns, and Hefe's just gonna lose it. Hefe's from Texas, by the way, so. He's shaking. You'd be into doing a Western episode? You'd have to take my spot, bud. Seriously. I could probably name 5 Westerns that I've seen. And
wow.
One of them is one that I would watch again.
That's pretty cool.
I'm just being honest.
Your dad loves Westerns. How did you not see any Westerns?
I mean, Tombstone was a staple growing up. And I've seen the one that he loves, the Butch Cassidy.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Depressing ass Western. Yeah. Yeah, you're gonna get canceled all over.
Right. Girlfriends that do top 5 animated Disney movies. I mean, you're looking at 2 fathers, so I mean, I feel like that would be something I could actually do.
That I could handle. Yeah.
I think he's laughing about it. We're both just like, "Yep, I can do
sure
that."
He's making fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Top 5 animated Disney movies. Lord of the Rings. Jonathan, you're killing me here. Well, there's a lot of animated parts in it. Disney movies we can do. Animated Disney movies by soundtrack. Interesting. All right.
That I could also do, probably. So.
That would be an interesting conversation to have during the other one. While talking about Disney movies, we could talk about which ones have the best soundtrack. Because, I mean, I've honestly got a couple of Disney songs on my actual main playlist. Not many, but 1 or 2 here and there.
Yeah.
Oh, he loves it, but she's demanding. I've met his girlfriend. She's, I could see her being demanding. Jesus, Alexander is not giving up on this. Moses Jones is the only animated movie that matters. Now, would you want to stick to Disney animated or just go full animated? Because those are 2 very different lists for me.
I still had RomComs in my head.
I assumed to
It definitely broadens it out. I mean, if you're gonna do Disney, you almost have to even just limit that to what do they call those? Like the 45. Well, it's put like 55 now, but like the classic animated movies, like the full length feature releases. They had a name for that. I forget what it is now. Oh, that's gonna bug me. If you go wider with animated, then you have to define genres like children's animated feature films or something like that. So,
fair. I would definitely want to stay away from anime because I feel like that is a whole conversation on its own.
Exactly. Which I am not qualified to have.
I'm not either. I do like some, but I don't like nearly enough to speak intelligently. Like, I could do my top 5 Studio Ghibli, And then I could throw Akira on top of that, and then I am spent. But as far as animated go, like, because if you're gonna do just Disney, I could easily make up a top 5 Disney movies, especially now that I've got so many. Well, so since I've got daughters, that definitely changes. I was going to talk about how many kids I had to you, and that would have been a terrible idea. But then if you take out the Disney stipulation, then things like Into the Spider-Verse jump significantly.
Oh yeah, I was still focusing on like kids movies. I'm thinking like Minions and DreamWorks and Pixar and whatnot.
You said you still had rom-coms on the brain. Hefe's like, no, you don't!
I saw that. That's where I lost it. Yeah.
Hefe wants to go back to Westerns. I'm seriously, dude, I'm not lying. I'm tapped on Westerns when we get there. Like, my list will be like Tombstone 4 times in a row. And then something else.
I could definitely add to that. Yeah.
Maybe we get Hefe on the show and you and Hefe can just have a conversation.
Yeah, there we go. We'll go. Yeah.
Hefe, you got a camera?
Apparently you don't need to.
Well, you don't need a good one anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Sausage Party is a family-friendly animated film. No. Didn't have to get very far into that one to figure it out. So, Holmes actually works in the industry. He mentioned a second ago that he worked with Clint Eastwood. You do film editing and photography. Is that accurate, my friend? I apologize. He's told me multiple times. I think he said that
last chat about Clint Eastwood. I remember that.
I mean, I would brag about it too if I'd worked with Clint Eastwood on a popular movie.
I wasn't accusing you of bragging. That's just you. Yeah, exactly. Put on your name tag.
That's fair, Hefe. That's fair.
Yeah. Now I want to just go on the westerns right now.
No, I work on film. I'm usually an assistant. I'm an assistant director, or if it's really big, maybe a key production assistant. That's so freaking cool.
Wow.
I would love to have you on. Like, I would have to do some research before I do that, but I'd love to have you on and just like interview you. Just even if it didn't go live, just for my own benefit. I think that'd be fun. I mean, Hefe's on board. So Hefe, are you saying you're on board to do the westerns if you're not on camera? Am I reading that properly? Top 5.
I think he meant he'd rather talk about it now than not talk about rom-coms.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Can't name top 10 westerns. Way too many great ones. Okay. I mean, can you name Alexander? I know you're just trolling, but literally, can you name a single movie with a Dan and a Jonathan?
A Dan and a John.
I don't want to. Getting a whole lot of Jonathan Daniels, but no anything with actual
Jeff
multiple
Daniels.
names. That's literally only hitting one of the 2 criterias. Oh, I thought you meant like character names were Dan and Jonathan. You just mean actor names. That actually does broaden that out quite a bit.
Yeah, and you get a lot more Johns than Jonathans. That would probably open it up as well.
Ooh, True Grit was good. I forgot about True Grit. I'll give you that one.
I was curious where,
And now that you mentioned True Grit, I'm remembering 310 to Yuma. Okay, I can name some. I don't know that I can make an intelligent list. Although most people think we didn't make an intelligent list this time, so yeah, fair.
Well, there's Unforgiven. You've seen probably a lot more than you're giving yourself credit for.
You ever seen Bone Saw Tomahawk, Bone Chain Tomahawk?
That's not right, and I haven't seen it.
I'm not recommending it. I'm not saying you should.
Okay, fair enough.
It is like a horror movie western. It's messed up. Bone Saw Tomahawk? JB Holmes is Googleable.
Holmes is getting us an answer. Yeah, I like that.
You watch.
There was a lot of really good ones in the 60s. And then around the time of Unforgiven, there was about 5 years, so they tried to make another good one. But nothing really that touched that. And then, of course, yeah. There's a couple of different, I guess, kind of
Bone
the John
Tomahawk.
Wayne era, and then kind of later the Clint Eastwood and the spaghetti westerns and the So there's lots to choose from.
All right. Well, now I'm super curious. Holmes, are you JBD Holmes? No, it's probably John Holmes.
No, I think he means he's looking on IMDb.
No, I think he's literally on it. He's worked with people, right? Like,
I'm sure he is also on it, but I don't think he's telling you that.
Jacob, my bad.
Oh, there it is.
There we go.
There it is.
Known for Doom Patrol, Inherit the Viper, Truck Night in America, Go Big Show, Art Department, additional crew. That's pretty freaking cool, man. Oh, he's got an acting credit. What's that for? How did I get rid of it? Oh, crap. It went away. No, there it is. For Hellfest, he was a park goer. He threw up. Yeah, no. That's fair. As soon as I read the name, I was like, that doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound right for what I know about you at all. Young Guns was fun. I don't know that it was great, but it was fun. And then, what was the other one? The Quick and the Dead. Okay, yeah, I've seen more Westerns.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the problem. The Westerns I've seen are not great movies. So, like,
Right.
if you were to make a top 5 Westerns and I was to name The Quick and the Dead, I feel like that would get me more roasted than anything I put on this rom-com list. Right?
That's plausible.
I took off some things so all the nerds kept blowing up my email. Well, that makes me curious. I didn't know you could affect your own IMDb. I guess that makes sense.
Good, the bad, and the ugly, yeah.
Have
All
a good
the
one,
chat,
Bingo.
like, questionable words are being filtered for me.
I mean, okay.
I got the good, the bad, and the star, star, star. I'm assuming it's the good, the bad, and the ugly.
It's definitely ugly. I'm surprised that Star, like, ugly got
Yeah,
tapped
right.
on that one, but sure.
Well, it's so they can't bully me quite so much.
Honestly, Hefe, I'm not going to lie. I have wanted to see The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly for quite some time. It's just never come up. So I'm not opposed to that. I just need to actually take the time and do it.
I've had that movie on DVD
Sharon Stone remake.
since I lived with you.
Really?
Yeah.
See, because, like, living in a small town in an era before the internet really took off, whatever you owned on VHS, I can pretty much recite verbatim. I don't remember that movie at all.
No, you know what? If I had it on DVD, it would have been after I moved out here.
Yeah, 100%.
And I did have it on DVD. But, yeah.
I mean, you might as well just start with the Westerns now, because I don't think we're coming back to this dumpster fire of a list.
I have a list of apologies about RomComs. Top 5 reasons. Yeah, Hefe should get his money back.
Hefe hasn't... Whatever. It's free to be here, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw the Discord. Give me 1 second. Holmes is sending me something. Oh, shit. Is that... Okay, so obviously... how can I do this?
Pale Rider. Yeah.
Let me see if I can... Yeah. Yeah.
Pale Rider's a movie that used to play like once a week on some late night channel when I was a kid. And I've seen it, I don't even know how many times and how many times I've caught bits of it. And I've definitely seen it the whole way through a few times, not intending to, probably starting at 1 a.m.
Nice.
But that one was just, it was in heavy rotation. I don't know, it was like old school, like, what was that? Like one of those Atlanta networks or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you can see this in the middle, it's probably pretty small for you, Jonathan. This is JBD Holmes, sorry, with Burt Kreischer, the comedian, which is very cool. One of the rare photos of him with a shirt on. And this one's even cooler. This is Rosario Dawson, which I am a huge fan of and super jealous right now. That's awesome.
Wow. Nice.
Where, like, this looks like it's in a theater or something like that? Are we looking down on the audience and a stage in the background?
Always.
Wow. Not what I meant,
Sorry.
but okay. Oh, that's true. Hefe did subscribe. My bad. No, you're not getting your money back. Pale Rider was a good one. We can do Best Western TV Series, too. Yeah, I checked so out. I mean, if I can sit through a movie, that's one thing, but I'm not doing seasons of something for this show. Worked on the Go Big show for 4 months during COVID. What do you think is the best 1 through 3 Westerns in the last 5 years? Jonathan, what do you say? I guess that's technically a question for Hefe.
I don't even think I've seen one in the last 5 years. Has there been a big... I'm trying to remember how long 5 years is. Isn't that like COVID?
Pretty much.
Feels like it, yeah.
Judas! Hefe is turning hard. This is the start of his villain arc.
Yeah, I was surprised by that comment too. Yeah.
No, you're not.
Little respect.
Nope.
No, I thought he was a subscriber all along. That was how you introduced him to me last time.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see if I can redeem myself after this one or not.
I doubt it very much.
All right. What are you thinking? You wanna get out of here? You wanna keep hanging out? Where's your head at?
I'm good with whatever. Got a good list of ideas for films, and I really want to make like an apology rom-com list for Hefe. Now that I know how strict the rom-com criteria needs to be, I can be
the funny thing is
compliant.
I feel like I got away with
of course,
Die Hard.
Yeah, what am I thinking?
I feel like I got away with Die Hard being a Christmas movie way more than I got away with any of these being romantic comedies, which is like, okay, I don't agree, but sure.
Yeah, I feel like I had one really questionable rom-com.
2.
The rest were just movies people didn't like. That's different. Yeah.
People in the chat are on my side still saying Die Hard is a Christmas movie. I agree.
I'm not arguing. I made that argument for a number of years. But then it kind of went the other way and it was like, okay, but like, let's not watch on the 25th. I'm just...
Yeah, no, I agree with that. It's probably not a 24th, 25th, 26th kind of movie, but I'd still watch it in December.
Yeah, one of my kids has it in their head that we watch Die Hard on, I forget what day it is, on Christmas night, maybe on the 25th, because it's a Christmas movie. And I'm like, okay, whoa, tap the brakes a little.
Is that the oldest?
No, it's one of the girls.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I think the one that stumped out to me the most, it'd be top 5 animated Disney. I think that could be a fun list to do, and it's honestly one that I don't need to do a ton of homework for because I've seen all of them so many freaking times. Now, when it says animated, though, I am going to say that I will include like the newer animation style, which is maybe a little bit borderline CG or even entirely CG. Would you allow Pixar or only Disney?
Are you talking to me or them?
You.
Oh, okay. I'm just checking. Well, it depends which you want to do. Masterpieces, that's what they were, right? The Disney masterpieces, something like that. Non-Disney. I would keep Pixar separate. 5 is so tight anyway. Although I don't feel like I can trust myself with with 5 Disney movies, I'm gonna be kicking myself around the whole time. But yeah, only Disney, no Pixar. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm leaning.
Okay.
Yeah, you
So
could
top
do a
5
Pixar list. Like, there's enough now.
animated Disney. Okay, now I feel like that one's going to be a relatively easy one for us to do that doesn't require a lot of homework. So do we want to get the next
I
one?
can do it right now.
Well, let's not. Do we want to get the next one in the chamber as well, and that'll give us like a month to really work on this and figure things out?
We're gonna get in trouble with cult classics, but I could do indie film. That's another really good one, I think. I feel like cult classics because everybody is either in or out of the cult, and that's gonna get, you know.
Now, what's your
It's gonna
definition?
go all Life is Beautiful on people.
Indie cult classic. I
Are
feel
you,
like I'm
are
going
you
to need.
googling the definition right now?
No, I'm writing them down for know what they are.
Okay, that's fair.
Thank you, Vral. I appreciate at least one person enjoyed this. I have full intention that I'm going to get some angry text from Hefe when I sign off. I think he's
They're
having a
probably
good
already
time.
sent.
I think he's having a good time, but we'll see. Okay, so we'll do top 5 Disney in maybe like 2-3 weeks, maybe a month at most, and then do indie/cult classic. After that, we'll sort of naggle that one down. Holmes enjoyed it. I appreciate that. Google the definition since you don't know what a rom-com is. I enjoyed Hefe roasting you. Well, that was, if
Yeah.
nothing else, you kind of got Jonathan to
That
stop
was my
talking
favorite
for a while.
part.
Yeah, clearly.
Very good.
All right.
Trying to read the chat, but I'm way too old. I would keep
All
the
of these-
discussion going, Hef. I'm very open-minded with the rom-coms. I enjoy a lot of rom-coms too. I thought that was going to be a good sweet spot. But then when I went to do the list, it's the you know, what am I wanting to go back to and all that. Yeah.
Okay, so
It's movies,
nobody liked
yeah.
our lists, but everybody enjoyed the conversation. So I'm going to take
There
that
we
as a
go.
win.
That's fair.
With the exception of Hefe, who's just an old angry man, everybody seems to be pretty much on board with this, so I'll take that. Tonight has been awesome and fun. I love JonCooli, but y'all hurt my faith today. Romance movies for the ladies and myself. So just straight romance. That could be interesting. Top 5 vampire movies. I'll go first. Twilight. Hard pass.
You go first and stay first. Yeah.
Would you see? That's what I'd have to look into, Green Tuck, and I'd have to figure out exactly where that line is. I have no idea how well Labyrinth. Labyrinth came out like 3 years after I did, so I don't know how well it did in theaters. I remember having like stickers and stuff like
It's
that, like
later than
promotional
that.
stuff.
Yeah.
Not much.
There's
like
a pretty
86,
big push for it. Okay.
right? Like it's. I don't actually know if it's 86 or not.
I think it's later than that. I think it's like 88 probably at least. I
86,
thought was
nailed
okay.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Hefe enjoyed Twilight. I'm starting to understand that our lists aren't just going to match up, Hefe. If you're a Twilight fan, then I'm actually pretty okay with my list not
I feel
jiving with you.
so much better.
Right?
Hefe.
Justification!
Why didn't you say that at the beginning, I'd be like, "Oh, Hefe's a moron." I get it now.
We watched the first Twilight with my wife and our friend at the time. And me and the friend, Karen, were laughing so hard through the entire thing that Amy never made me watch any of the other ones. I was like, yeah, win!
That is a double win. If you can find someone to laugh at them with you and then not watch them, I think that is as good as it's gonna get. Yeah.
You have to never. So I mean,
I assume he means Dusk to Dawn was his favorite vampire movie.
oh, 100%.
Okay, not his favorite rom-com.
Yeah, nah, not so much. I was joking about Twilight, Hefe. You're dead to me. Yeah, that's kind of. I mean, I'm not. He's not dead to me, but I'm pretty sure I'm dead to him. And just kind of the same thing.
Yeah, I think you are. I didn't realize Hefe was a 9-year-old girl. I thought it was just from the rest of the conversation.
Hefe's like, I don't know. I should.
You got to get that 18 like ID check thing set up on your chat there, Dad.
Oh no. Hey, if they're gonna pay money to be here, I don't care what age they are. That sounds wrong. Never mind. Age cap.
Yeah,
age cap. Oh.
He's doubling down. Oh.
Good for him. It's easier to double down when you're not, face all over the internet, right? You just
Yeah.
Because we all know he actually is a
liked-
9-year-old girl somewhere. He's just like,
He
I'm in the
would've liked
military.
Life is Beautiful if he could keep up to the subtitles.
Oh. I'm a diehard vampire movie fan. If it has a vampire in it, I'll watch it. I mean, that's fair. Sorry, I didn't mean to think on what you were saying. I'm just trying to think of like what vampire movies have I seen that I legitimately
I'm
really
trying to
enjoyed.
think of.
I mean, Interview with a Vampire would be up there, but I'm not saying it's one that I would necessarily go back to over and over again. I don't love Dusk Till Dawn nearly as much as others do. Like, I always feel like I'm going to really enjoy it, and then I actually start watching it and be like, oh yeah, this is okay. Does What We Do in the Shadows count? Because that would be up on the list. I've only seen it one time, but I loved that movie. I'm like that with zombie movies. See, I could do zombie movies before I could do vampire movies.
Yeah, probably 2 for me.
Unless we can get Nix in here and prove that Hefe's not a 9-year-old girl, I'm going to stick with that. I've never seen 30 Days of Night. I've always wanted to. I've never done it. You're not a horror person.
I'm scanning the chat, but it's tiny and I'm old, so it's like, what the heck is this? Yeah.
That's fair. You're not a horror fan, so obviously you have not seen zombie movies of any kind, right?
No, I'm not for the most part. I've seen like the Zombie Land movies because that's not real zombie movies. I don't mind horror, comedy, and light horror. Like Scream. What's the one with the little British guy? This little tiny British guy. From the like late 90s, early 2000s. Oh, blast. Why is that gone? Because Dusk Till Dawn is that Shaun of the Dead. Stuff like that
okay,
I'd watch,
yeah.
but hardcore real horror movies, not so much.
That's fair.
I've never liked that feeling. Since I was a little kid, I didn't like scary in the movies, I didn't even like tension when I was a little kid. I was like, oh no, people are, lying. Someone's gonna get in trouble.
Somebody's doing
We
something
should
they're
be
not
following
supposed
the
to.
rules.
A movie or play that deals with love in a light. Oh, he's defining romantic comedy. Oh, I like that I actually started reading that like it was going to be a sensible comment.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Well played, Hefe. So mad at y'all. I mean, are you honestly like I can't imagine you're legitimately mad. No, I don't think he is. Are you mad just
He'll get over it?
Because our lists don't line up? Because I've got to say, it is like, okay, no, that's fair. He likes you more than he likes me, and your list was trash. So
my list was trash. Yeah. He didn't like the Adam Sandler pick, but I like The Wedding Singer. It's a fun movie. There's a lot of good comedy, and they're cute together. So what do you want from me?
yeah. He just doesn't like our actors. Shaun of the Dead has grown on me significantly. I liked it the first time. Now I love it. Zombieland's a lot of fun. I'm not sure if I've ever seen Zombieland 2. World War Z is fantastic. I like that it's much more of a detective movie than a zombie movie. And I Am Legend. I liked I Am Legend. I haven't seen it recently. I feel like maybe the graphics would not hold up. Stakeland 1 and 2, I don't know what that is. Prefer the original I Am Legend. The original I Am Legend was called Omega Man, wasn't it? Omega Man? Something like that.
Yeah, we phoned it in.
Last Man on Earth. I don't know what your definition of phoning it in was, but okay. I mean, I didn't go 700
Well,
movies
you watched
deep.
rom-coms all week. I haven't seen a rom-com.
You phoned it in.
I phoned it in. There you go. How about
Yeah.
that? I was gonna say what Hallmark Channel since Christmas. Yeah.
Omega Man was the remake. Last Man on Earth was the original. Okay. So there's been a couple of different ones of that storyline.
With Vincent Price. Oh, I like Vincent
Apocalypse
Price.
movies would be a good choice. Do you watch enough apocalyptic movies, like post-apocalyptic, or?
I like apocalypse movies as a general rule because it's. Yeah, I like the. That's the level of sci-fi I tend to enjoy. Is kind of like this could happen if we frick
Okay.
everything up in the next 100 years. But I haven't seen a lot of them. I wouldn't say I'd seen a lot of them.
Okay.
I've seen World War Z. As you're talking about them, I'm like, oh yeah, that was good. That was good.
Depending on what your definition is, like if it's like the apocalypse or post-apocalypse, like living in a world that's already dead, I really like that genre. I feel like I would. I mean, this is not going to sound too shocking after people saw our rom-com list, but like I feel like I would probably be picking things that people would be like, really, that one? Like, I think your screensaver's on again.
Oh, frick.
I don't know how you're not noticing your screensaver on when you're like reading chat. That's really confusing.
It's on my
to me.
phone. The chat's on my phone. That's why I can't see anything.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's like 0.4 font or something. 4-point font.
You have to like B-rated movies to see a lot of these. So why I love the original Dusk Till Dawn is because I had. Is there a remake? Because I'd never seen the trailers or commercials for it. So when the vampires popped out, I was shocked. So funny story. Our cousin David.
Okay.
I don't know how much I want to use actual names. Andrew, David, and I went to see Men in Black. David was fresh back from Africa and thought it was a movie about lawyers or something. And like the opening scene,
he was
they
going
have,
for
like,
Right.
And,
he got
so
Men in
like
Black.
we walk out of the movie and Andrew and I are like, that was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that. What'd you think? And he's like,
That was weird.
like once I understood what was happening, it was fun, but it was really weird to start off. I'm like, yeah, that's fair.
Oh, that's pretty funny.
Fox could also be left behind stuff. Okay. I really like post-apocalyptic views. Like as I said, I just watched Warm Bodies, and that was really. I don't know if the romance comedy side of that was there, but like the zombie side, it was really fun because it had a voiceover from inside the zombie, like he was kind of trapped in his own dead body. So he's wandering around the apocalypse, just kind of like, oh, you know, I miss this and I miss that, and like I can't really remember my own name. I can't really remember that. Like, it's actually really interesting. JonCooli, I challenged Jonathan to a movie trivia match.
Oh boy.
What do you say?
Who's this?
Jesse. He's just got multiple YouTube channels to mess with us.
I'll lose to anybody. I'm not proud.
Now we did one just as a test game. I don't remember. Did you remember if you beat him or if he beat you in the test?
I did terrible.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why he's challenging you. He knows he's going to win.
That's probably why. Yes. I don't remember. I honestly don't have a clue, but I'm pretty sure he was beating me by the end. I think I had a strong start by getting one question right before he did, and then it went downhill after that.
Yeah. Hefe's saying if you want to do so, Hefe is in the American military. He's fairly high up from my understanding. Now, if y'all want to do best war movies, I'm going to point out all the inaccuracies in all of them. At this point, Hefe, there is no way in hell I am trying to do best war movies with you in the audience. It's just not happening. Shark movies. Yeah, I was gonna say like Jaws is pretty much the only really good one. Deep Blue Sea is fun. Meg is fun but really really stupid. I don't know. Monster movies could be kind of fun, depending on if you mean kaiju or like Alien.
I think you just throw them all in a bag.
Jonathan is cooler than Uncrustables. Okay. Sharknado, pass. Sure, Kevin, what is the most realistic war movie ever? My Home Videos.
Oh,
We Were Soldiers.
the Mel Gibson. We Were Soldiers.
You called that before it actually came out. Is that a well-known fact?
No, he said that. I saw it on the
you
chat.
saw it first. Okay. You saw it before I did. That's all. You said it before I read it, like before it popped up on my screen.
Literacy.
Shut up.
Subtitles. I'm just saying. It's good practice.
War movies aren't usually fun to watch because it's all everyone dies but the main character. Yeah, this just in. War sucks.
Yeah.
I gotta watch movie. We were with soldiers. I got to watch that movie with soldiers who were actually part of it. Is that the like SEAL Team 6 one? No,
Wow.
not SEAL Team 6, but like
He's on We Were Soldiers still, I think, dude. It's Vietnam.
yeah. But okay, so I don't know anything about We Were Soldiers. I know it's Mel Gibson,
Is it
but I
Vietnam?
didn't.
I think it's. I don't usually like Vietnam movies. I like that movie.
There is a movie where they had, instead of actors, like the main cast was a SEAL team or something like that. It wasn't SEAL Team 6, but it was something like that. And I feel like the action was really good, but obviously the acting was significantly less so.
I think that was a more recent movie.
Oh, yeah,
That you're
100%.
talking about. Yeah.
Well, I mean, like 10 years ago? 10, 12 years ago? Something like
yeah. Yeah.
that. Osmosis
Just going
Jones
through this
stands.
list.
White blood cells lives matter. That is quite the hashtag.
yeah.
It doesn't really roll off the tongue.
Saving Private Ryan. I like the first half. The D-Day landing was really well done. The story. I mean, the fact that it's based on a true story is interesting, but I like Band of Brothers a lot more than Saving Private Ryan in the back half. Yeah, and that's I always put those two together. I saw Saving Private Ryan in the theater, and the D-Day landing was amazing.
I feel like for war movies, my knowledge only goes back so far, and there's probably a ton of really, really good war movies like The Longest Day and stuff like that that I'm just nowhere near as familiar with.
I wouldn't be worried at all, Hefe.
Yeah, I think you're fine. Somebody's bound to have oil you want, and you'll be just fine.
My girls were just watching Miss Congeniality.
Okay.
And so the world peace was the answer for everything, right? So that's what made me chuckle.
I'm really nervous if he's going to have a comeback for what I just said, but we'll just sit here quietly. Okay, sorry. So top Disney movies and then cult classics after that. Cult classics or indie?
I
'Cause
prefer the term indie.
I feel like that's more definable.
It's safer. Yeah. It's happening.
Yeah, let's just move on from that one, Hefe. Okay.
I didn't see it all.
Yeah, it's fine. So top Disney movies, top Disney animated will be the next one we do, and then after that we'll do indie movies. Did you respond? Are you gonna? Can I sign you and Jesse up for the next movie trivia?
Yeah. If we can schedule it, let's do it. It will be more embarrassing than my rom-com picks, so Hefe, you should tune in.
Did you see the movie trivia, the one that I did? It's on YouTube right now. It's all the same questions you and Jesse did, so.
Yes, I realized that as I was watching it. So
You're like, hey, I'm really good at this.
that's right. I'm a genius.
Yeah.
Terrible movies that are fun to watch could be really good.
Okay, so another way of putting that is
That's better than the other way somebody phrased that earlier. Yeah, that's a really
what
good.
is there's a term for that where like
Yeah, John's picks apparently.
you like something that you don't like or you're not supposed to like. Guilty pleasure. It could be like a guilty pleasure list. But my problem is I'm really bad at that because like if I like it, then I like it, and I don't care that I'm not supposed to like it. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, guilty pleasure. There we go.
You just don't feel guilt like a normal human being a sociopath.
Well, kind of, I guess. Like, okay, top 5 hate watches. I honestly couldn't think of one. Like, that's just not the way my brain works. They're kind of personal. Joe's Apartment, The Room. I own The Room, and I've still never seen it because I want to watch it with other people, and I cannot get anybody to watch it with me.
Zoolander. Nice.
Giant shark versus mega octopus. What dreams may come. The Zoolander. JonCooli is now only a dim god in my eyes since he does have one flaw, RomComs. All other things, he's perfect. Well,
Oh no.
I would love to get you a real camera, but other than
It'll
that,
come. Yeah.
it's gonna happen at some point.
It'll happen. Yeah.
What I'd actually like to do is replace one of my cameras and then send one of my cameras out to you because I have got
Sure.
relatively decent cameras, but I kind of want to upgrade one of them just cause. And I know it's stupid and I don't actually want to spend the money on it, but it's like if I could do that, I would send this to you in a heartbeat, and then that'd be awesome. Twilight's good. I don't care what the snobs say. Okay, so Jesse's also
Neither's my
volunteering to come
daughter.
on for like thrillers, but I don't. Again, no. If it's just thrillers, I could probably do that. Normally, my problem is Jesse's going to name movies from like 1927. Be like, this is a phenomenal movie. I'm like, I got nothing to say about that, dude. I have no idea what you're even talking about.
Thrillers would be an excellent list.
I could do like 90s
I could
thrillers.
do a lot more with thrillers than with horror itself. Yeah.
Same.
It still makes me uncomfortable, but my wife loves them, so I've seen a ton more. And my friends love them too, actually. Everyone seems to love them.
All right. Let's do erotic thrillers.
PG erotic thrillers.
PG erotic thrillers? That's a small list. Or even 90s. 90s is
That'd be a
way
short
too
list.
broad. We will get murdered if we try and do favorite 90s movies.
We could do 90s of these genres, as you guys can probably tell.
Disaster
Last time I
movies is
owned
kind
a
of fun.
TV. Disaster movies. That would take some thinking. There's some good ones for sure.
Top 10 of 90s thrillers. Okay, that's one. All right, you got me. I got a guilty pleasure for you. Have you ever heard of
boy.
the movie Moonfall?
Now,
No, nor should you. It's bad. It's not good. It's literally I don't even remember 100%, but like essentially the moon falls out of orbit and starts getting closer to Earth, I want to say. And so that really messes with the tides and gravity and things like that. And so the world is ending. And I want to say people go to the moon. I've only seen it one time. And it turns out the moon is like a artificial construct and it's all like alien designed. It's so dumb. And I don't care. I enjoyed it. I am not like telling it. I'm not recommending it to anybody. But I sat there because like the first half is all disaster film. And you're like, okay, I can get on board with a disaster film. And the second half is all like sci-fi with like alien dead technology and stuff like that. And I was like, I'm on board with both these. Like these are tickling both my fancies right now.
nice.
Metal Moon, yeah, that's the one. I think it's called Moonfall, but yeah, it's definitely about like the moon is made of metal.
Interesting.
I'm 1/4 Native American and my name is Jacob, but I'm team build a time machine and stop Twilight from ever being made. I was team Jacob, now I'm switching sides. Check your screensaver. All right.
There's probably a setting for that.
You would think.
Yeah.
Morbius, I've never seen. I'm sure I will at some point because I'm forced to, but so far I'm able to not. There's been no reason for me to. All right, so next Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we are going to have Cleaning Agent and Eros World here for a movie trivia show. Looking like after that, we'll be doing our top animated Disney movies with JonCooli. And then have him right back again for another trivia show. Maybe not the week after that, but or like somewhere in the near future. He'll be taking on Jesse Alexander. And if anybody out there wants to be part of the Mongoli's movie mayhem, just reach out to me. You can do it here on Discord. You can do it on YouTube. You can send me something on Discord. Did I say Discord? Discord, Twitch, or YouTube. Get a hold of me, and I will put your name on that ballot. Always looking for contestants. Should be a good time. Other than that, I'm not going to lie. I started this conversation like not feeling the best, and it's 11 o'clock already, and I'm kind of feeling a little bagged, and my throat's feeling a little sore. So unless you've got anything terribly interesting to say, I think I'm ready to call it.
Sounds good. I don't think I've had anything interesting to say the whole night. So.
That's fair. Hefe, I'm such a Marvel fan, but that one wasn't good. I'm also a huge Marvel fan. I'm kind of a Marvel apologist, if anything. But yeah, I still have no interest in seeing that one or any of the real Sony movies. She was good, 98. You've been entertaining. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I think
Kept
you
me
meant
amused
me.
till 4 a.m. Jeez. So that wasn't too bad. Howard the Duck is the dumbest character ever. No argument there. All right, everybody. Let's see if there's anybody live currently. We got Taco Shooter, Way Too Raw, or Eros World's there. We'll send you guys over to Taco Shooter. I think he's got a bit of a lively podcast going on this late at night. You guys have a great night. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us. And we will catch you next time. Come back next Saturday for another episode of Mongoli's Movie Mayhem. Hope you all had a good time. Cheers, everybody.
All right.
Say goodbye,
Good
Jonathan.
night. Bye. Good night.
The raids have not seemed to be working recently. I feel like I just sent everybody away, and yet everybody's probably still here.
Still there. They're still
so
saying
we'll just
good
have
night.
Yeah, but they shouldn't be. Anyways, I'm going to turn it off. Yeah, I don't understand why.